Hello everybody, my name is Isaac Scott and welcome to first episode of Taking the Initiative. A brand new D&D live stream right here on Twitch. What else was I going to say?
Where are we, Isaac?
That's right, we are at Geeky Teas and Games here in Burbank, California. If you want to check them out, we have a link. Should be... It's under !T in the chat. You'd be able to check them. They're out their online store. And let's go ahead and meet the cast.
Oh,
Corbin, if you would please introduce yourself.
Oh, starting. Hi, my name's Corbin, and I'll be playing Orren, and I'm an acolyte for Helm, the god, and I will be working at the temple.
Hi, I'm B. I'm gonna be playing Papreyka. She's a little shithead who has a little trouble with the law.
Alright. My name is Katie. I will be playing Vanati Stonegard. I am part of the city guard for Shiphaven, and I am the law. I was confused on the law, and I will be the one causing trouble for the riffraff.
Well, I'm Cameron, and I will be playing Amano Jaku, who is a noble from the east, and he's coming in to check out where his fortune leads him.
And I am Cam. I'm going to be playing Captain Nemo Driftwood, the part-time fisherman, part-time temple guard. So we're all pretty close to each other.
Now that's out of the way. We just want to thank everybody for joining us for our first session. And with that, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Just gonna pull up a new...
Roll initiative.
Taking the initiative.
Thanks.
Ooh, 4.
Thanks. Can I have some more?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Give me some more.
Just getting everything ready to go.
Alrighty.
You're good, man.
That's
Take your time.
You're already ready.
I'm a character, baby.
Okay. Our story begins on the continent of Ardengard. In the far distant plain of Eotara. This mostly peaceful country has lived in relative harmony for nigh a millennia. United long ago by King Arden the Savior, who united the 11 warring kingdoms into one unified country through tactical and diplomatic genius, and drove out those that would see the king beheaded from the new kingdom with massive military force. So the story is written, so the story is told. Though the citizens of the 11 principalities converted from kingdoms but left with their own provincial rulers, tend to appreciate their place in daily life as part of the kingdom of Ardengard. They still value their freedom, and under the rule of the king, they have enjoyed a period of freedom unlike any period of history before. Though, without distinct borders, land disputes sometimes do boil over. These generally blow through like the wind, dissipating after a stiff breeze rolls across the hills, plains, swamps, and forests of the country. For the last 200 years, no king has had to step foot in a dispute, and the current king, Lachlan III, aims to keep it that way. However, Ardengard is not without its faults. Monsters and more still roam this otherwise peaceful continent, as they always have. And while some have made treaties and deals with the Crown's Guard, others have little respect for those they say forcibly took this land from their ancestors in the first place. Now we travel to a small port town on the northern coast of Ardengard by the name of Ship's Haven. It is a central port for all goods flowing in and out of the Eastern Hemisphere, where the Eastern Dynasty resides, and also home to the largest sailing school and naval academy in all of Ardengard. The whole city is governed by the harbor master, a crotchety old turtle named Bekwat. And though he answers to the king, he has been left in charge of Ship's Haven because of his astute business sense and mind like a steel trap. He governs the Harbor Council, who delegate and committee various dealings around the city. Today, Beckwat and the council are experiencing a level of stress they didn't previously know was possible. Not only is it the first day of the Festival of Plenty, celebrating the end of a harvest when farmers, artisans, apothecaries, and anyone with extra to sell brings their wares and hawks them for a good price in the bazaar, before all sitting down in the town square for an Arden-style feast. But also, a noble from a very notable Eastern Dynasty family is arriving in Ship's Haven's harbor today, coming to investigate suspicious goings-on in the kingdom. You see, 6 months ago, a diplomatic envoy from the Eastern Dynasty arrived in Ardengard, left the port city of Ship's Haven heading for the capital, and disappeared into the forest. They haven't been heard from since, and they were supposed to return a fortnight after their departure date. It has been 6 months. So Queen Mumi has sent an envoy to investigate their disappearance and report back post-haste. And so our story begins with you, Amano. You find yourself in an unfamiliar stone room, surrounded by torches bearing purple flames, and a large runic symbol emblazoned on the ground. A faint chanting can be heard from the shadows alongside them, and after a moment, from the shadows emerge 7 hooded figures in deep purple robes, almost royal purple. As they begin to get close, you reach for your blades, but they're missing. As the chanting gets louder and louder, you begin to swing your fists at the hooded figures, but the punches simply pass through them like mist. No, not mist. Smoke. And as you begin to see the features of one of them, the floor drops away beneath you, and you begin to fall. But just as your feet leave the falling rock, you are abruptly awoken by your ship's morning bell. If I may just switch to... There we go. You've never been so relieved to hear that bell in your life. It rings again and again. A total of 6 strikes. That means it's time for you to get up. You'll be in Ardengard soon. You try to force that wretched nightmare from your mind as you don your mask and armor. And please, describe to us how Amano looks.
As a shadowy figure looms from the deck, you see a hood and a mask that covers just this part. Purple, light purple skin with red around the eyes, little shading. It's from my lineage. I am a tiefling of an Eastern descent, so I resemble that of a Oni. And I've been cursed with the task of having to uphold my family's tradition of being the spiritual person who takes on the mantle of the whatever.
So
I've done extensive research on this and I've written it all down. I just don't have it with me.
So you get your mask and armor on. You put on your uniform over your armor, and what do you do?
Captain, are we in port yet?
You are still in your room.
I bumped the top of my head. Captain! Are we still in port?
A trapdoor you didn't know was there before. What?
Are we in port?
No, sir. Likely another few hours.
You told me 12 months. It's been 12 months and 3 hours. I'm done with this ship already.
We'll be there soon. I promise. Closes the trapdoor. So, you sit down back at your desk, and you kind of paw over your notes. You see that there's a manifest and like who's on the ship and what you're carrying, all that good stuff. Kind of get carried away going over these notes, and before you even really realize it, you look out the window and Ship's Haven is there. What would you like to do? You've arrived at the port in Ship's Haven. Men are beginning to take the various spices and traded goods, because yes, you're an envoy, but that doesn't mean the dynasty didn't send you with stuff to trade. Also, they sent you with a lot of money.
Yeah.
About the equivalent of 10,000 gold. That's not for you. That's for the ship and for the crew, and for buying things to take back to the Eastern Dynasty when you leave.
Yes. I don't want to owe my family any more than I do. So yes, you men, bring these goods to the dock.
You see one of them who was like holding a rope. He goes, "Okay, let's go the rope." And just you hear the guy up in the sails go, "Hey!" And he picks up a barrel, puts it on his shoulder, and takes it down to the dock. Are you going to follow him down?
Go ahead and unload the rest of the cargo. I'm going to check out the docks.
So as you make your way into town, you can see, from the ship first, you can see that this town is laid out as a large semicircle. And the flat part of it pushes right up against the ocean, where the beach has been replaced with docks all the way along this waterfront. It looks like it took a long time because they were sand beaches, but they were replaced with rocks, and then the dock was built on top of them over time. You can see there's like an old part of the dock where the fishing vessels reside, and then everything else is rather newer. Your ship is the biggest one in this harbor. It's absolutely massive. It's 650 tons with 55 cannons mounted on it. So as you leave the ship, you notice that there's one big building. It looks almost like our Capitol building in Sacramento. It's got the big square and then the dome on top, and there's a big gold globe on like a spike at the top of the tower. As you step into the crowd, I need you to roll perception, and Papreyka, I need you to roll stealth.
Four.
Well, I almost had a nat 20, but it's a 2.
Oh no!
What's your modifier?
Oh. Sorry, it's a 4.
Yay! He's got a -1.
I still beat it.
Oh my goodness!
At least you didn't roll a 1.
No?
It literally went, 20? Nope. 2. I'm so excited.
So, it's not graceful, but as you step into the crowd, you feel, but it's not at your shoulder, it's at your hip. Something just bumped into you. Roll sleight of hand.
14.
Plus.
16.
And roll your perception again.
3.
Total?
2.
It gets worse.
Someone's not having a good day. He's
He
tired.
he woke up and then he focused on paperwork. He's not ready to be around people yet.
Okay. So, B, I need you to roll a D10.
It's the weird diamond looking one.
Yeah, okay. 4.
Take 4 gold out of your pocket and put it in hers.
Nice.
I need a pencil, please. I'm broke.
You just shout. You can take this too while you're at it.
So
Just take it all.
you don't notice that, but what you do notice is the small other tiefling girl bump into you at about she runs into what basically amounts to your abs. That's where her face is.
Oh wow. How tall are you?
Short.
Short. Okay.
Not.
Just like a hair taller than you.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So you are now face to abs with another tiefling. Are you going to do anything?
Can I describe myself?
By all means.
Thank you. I'm a tiefling. I have abnormally large ears for a tiefling. They're just very large. She has 4 horns, and at the tips of her horns and ears there is a peachy red blush, and she is very short and she's very chunky. And on her shoulder sits a crow. She wears pretty normal peasant clothes, a couple pouches on her hip. That's about it. A very intricate looking headpiece rests between her horns, held up by chains. And that is about it.
Alright, and so what do you guys do? You are abs to face with her, and she is face to abs with you.
What are you? Do you have business with me, little one?
Oh, my bad. I'm really short. Sometimes, apparently it affects my sight. I just ran right into you. My bad, buddy. I'm gonna get going.
Well, are you hurt or anything?
Nope. I don't think your abs hurt me, but thanks.
Katie, would you roll an intimidation roll for me, please?
A 9.
Plus?
A 9 plus
30.
4.
13?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
Well,
So
I'm quite the scared today.
the whole from behind, from a few yards behind you, you see that the crowd is kind of going, oh, and there's just a roaring, "Hey, get back here!" as Katie's character comes billowing through this crowd of people. You guys both see. Please describe yourself.
I am Vanati Stonegard, and Vanati Stonegard is this giant Amazonian half-orc woman. She is incredibly attention-grabbing, let's just say that. She's naturally intimidating, but she doesn't like to use it for evil, rather for good. She has pure white hair, red eyes, and she is albino. She is striking in all the ways, but she likes to be in her place, and she only likes to use the attention she can get for good, as she is an avid paladin. But she is a bright star, and she knows it.
So what you two see is this draped in a tabard of the Lady of Dignity. It's a red tabard with a bright white 11-pointed star on it, and in shining, almost shimmering chainmail, immaculately taken care of chainmail that goes all the way across her upper body. It comes down. She has it wrapped around the middle finger so that it holds in place. Are you wearing any kind of mask?
I'm wearing a headpiece, but you can see my eyes. So the headpiece is cocked back, the upper part, and only her mouth is covered. And her headpiece does have gaps in the underneath part of it, so that she does not get overheated. So it isn't a heavy helmet. It's a light metal helmet.
I see. Okay. So it's more. It's not really for defense. It's more for decoration.
Oh, it's very much for a look.
Okay.
She supports it.
She is just basically throwing townspeople out of the way.
Sorry, this is important. Excuse me, this is important.
Official business, police business, please. Excuse me. Yeet! People just flying.
Future
off.
captain of the guard. Excuse me.
Politely shoving people out of the way.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hurt you.
What are you two going to do?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well,
Do
like
you have business with her?
No, absolutely not. Why would
Roll
you?
deception. And Cameron
Perception
roll
again.
insight.
Oh, me.
Insight. Ooh, 15.
15.
Oh God.
You get negative.
I
Cameron,
get-
and she gets
14.
positive.
Deception?
That's
Yes.
14.
It's a +6, so 21.
So, she's
believe
quite
her.
convincing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skedaddle, since I don't have business with you, I don't have business with her, there's no really
actually,
reason for me
She's
to
coming up pretty
here.
quickly. And
I gotta go!
her eyes are
I gotta
pretty fixed
skedaddle.
on you.
I gotta run!
I think I see her.
So I'm just gonna take a couple of quick steps of that away.
Alright, so you take off running through the town square.
On my chubby little sausage legs, I just go.
Just go, okay.
Just go.
Are you going to give chase?
Absolutely, I'm gonna give chase.
Frickety.
And what are you going to do in this situation?
I go over to Katie. I want to go over to Katie.
My name is
but-
Vanati.
Here, is she gonna do her roll first?
Mine first?
I haven't had them roll anything yet.
Okay.
They're just going to run through the city. Are you going to follow them?
I kind of wanted to stop Katie if I could.
Oh, and intercept.
That is a bold move, sir.
So you're going to step in front of
Us
Katie as she goes.
tieflings
or
must
step
be
in front of.
together, right?
I'm going to ask her as a guard where I should go in this town. So I'm distracting.
It's not really a roll for that. So he's kind of like asking you a question. So,
Oh, miss. Excuse me. And I step in front and I really insist. I'm like, oh, excuse me. What is this building? I'm sorry, I'm not from around here.
How about this? You follow me for now, help me on this chase, and I'll tell you after.
Okay, deal.
all right.
Why the heck not?
You got a couple extra seconds. So
Oh, yes.
Roll dexterity.
17.
Sorry, I'm
Not saving throw, just the bonus that's
just
in the box.
the bonus. 19.
19. Vanati, please roll dexterity.
13.
Plus?
And plus.
It's on the far left.
The
Your
big
skills
box.
is
The big
at their
boxies.
base.
Oh, I see. I'm not wearing my glasses today, so I apologize. My dexterity is 0. Well, my base is 11. My plus is
So it's
nothing.
a plus 0. So that's flat or whatever's on the dice.
So 13.
Flat 13. So she's gaining a little distance ahead of you,
Okay.
but because
A little bit of sausage
roll.
legs.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say roll perception with advantage because of your city watch feature.
Nah.
You're in the
Like-
city.
Roll your
I
hide.
rolled 18.
Roll your hide.
My
So.
hide.
I do. Listen. I don't have a plus anything perception.
So I got 18.
18 total.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you got a 7 total.
What is it? Well,
Hide.
I don't have. What is the bonus for hide?
It should be in your skills.
Did you add a skill?
Oh, is it not in there?
No.
Then it would be stealth.
Stealth.
Oh, stealth. Yeah.
Oh, 9.
Yeah. So you can see this little golden thing dangling in between her large horns. It's like kind of above. It's like
It's
like
not.
about
It's not
shoulder height.
dangling. It's taut.
Okay, so you see this little gold thing and the tips of her horns kind of poking up from people's shoulders. So you're like, there.
That's one.
Now this has
Fake
been a long
chick.
time coming, ma'am.
So as you're running through the streets, I need B to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Would you call me my character name like you did with
Sorry,
Alice?
yeah. Papreyka to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
4 total.
She's going down. She's tripping. There was a small, almost invisible mouse running across the street.
Sorry, keep your mouse.
And what you hear is and you slide along the
Ooh,
ground.
my face is getting a nice contour from the ground.
It's a very kind of feel.
Cobblestone? Is it cobblestone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Lemmy-Winks, the little mouse, runs back to the front door of the temple and up your leg and onto your shoulder.
That I've just collapsed in front of.
Yes.
Am I given an opportunity to stand before she reaches me?
Both of you roll dexterity.
Can I interject as well?
In a moment.
15 plus nothing.
Just not having a good day.
Her
Can
luck
I?
screens.
Do I have a chance to look up at him? I'm obviously seeing this temple man, right?
Once he can describe himself, yes, we can go to that. Orren, please describe yourself.
I am 4 foot 11 tall, 11 inches, gnome with fiery red hair and a fiery red mustache, which is very unkempt because you can't keep it. It's too poofy. And I have scale armor and an acolyte robe over with my small mouse companion Lemmy-Winks.
He is very obviously, one, freaked out that he just got tripped over, and two, staring intently at the crow that is still, that as she fell, like shifted its weight so that it was still upright on her back. So as she went like this, it was like,
Also, my crow's name is Pepper.
Right.
Pepper.
Papreyka and Pepper.
You just watched this little tiefling girl
Trip
trip
over.
and
Eat it.
just scrape her face along cobblestone.
Did I take damage?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no actual like blood or like scraping, but she was very
It was a
kind
tumble.
of thing. Yeah, it was a tumble.
Took a little tumble.
So and you notice that coming up fast behind her is the city guard and what looks like almost a samurai style person.
Yeah.
As
Hooded,
they're
masked.
coming up to you, what would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna walk up and help the girl who fell up
Okay. So
as much as I can, because I'm about her height
he's
actually.
helping.
So
He doesn't have to bend very far. He just kind of squats a
Grabs
little
you,
bit,
like-
holds you up, and before you're standing all the way up, he's at full height. He's about a foot shorter than you.
No, you said how tall?
oh,
were you?
sorry, 3 foot 11, not 4 foot 11.
Okay.
4'11's actually more.
No, that's
3
like
11.
really
I'm
tall. for a gnome.
4'5".
I thought it was
So-
4'7" or I think you're. Okay.
So you're like a half a foot taller. Than
Yeah.
Excellent.
Am
size
I given a
small.
chance to say something to him?
Yes, you are.
So I lean over. Oh, good man of the temple. Sanctuary! Sanctuary!
You're too far from the temple. Come on. Get running.
Wait! Stop! Don't help her!
May I make a roll to,
I'm not helping
to
her. She's
run
running.
into the temple?
You can just run into the temple, but Katie, Vanati, make an intimidation check.
6. but it's plus 4.
10.
10.
10, honey.
Roll wisdom,
Oh yay!
just straight wisdom.
That one's my favorite. 19.
Ooh.
You're like, no.
Cora's like
My
Yoda.
small
You're too worn
stature,
out
I
from
stand
running.
there.
Yeah.
to be
He
so
notices me
intimidating.
panting and sweating enough to know he can get away with totally just blowing me off.
Right. And as
Just
as
turn
you,
and
as
start
you
walking
turn
up
with
the
her
steps.
and start to walk,
Oh no, I said I ran.
oh,
Oh, I'm
as you guys,
following her.
as you guys
I'm not
start
helping.
to kind of,
He's not helping me. He just said, "Come on," and I
I
went,
just helped
"Okay."
her up.
okay.
Made sure she wasn't hurt.
As you approach the doors fling open, and there is a very bronze, tall man in fishing gear still, standing at the front of the temple, looking down at you. So, Nemo,
Captain
Please-
Nemo Driftwood.
please explain. Please describe your character for us.
So, a relatively tall man wearing fishing gear, his large wading boots, some chaps, and a nice tank top that's seen some better days, stands in the doorway. He's quite muscular, he's built for fishing, of course. He just is about to start his shift at the temple, and as he opens the door to take his stand and fix his armor into the correct temple uniform, he is greeted by this again.
This again.
This is not the first time that Papreyka has shown up at the front door of the temple.
Nor will it be the last.
This isn't the first
Yeah,
time I've chased her there either.
I don't
And
doubt it.
the scene that you see before you is relatively familiar, except for the other tiefling following behind.
That's new.
All right. So
This scene has played out pretty much weekly for the last 2 or 3 months.
is she in the door yet?
Yes.
I'm in the doorway.
She's in the doorway and being blocked by Nemo.
May I help you?
Oh, Nemo.
I
You're
want to
on-
run up and grab her.
You're on shit.
Run up
You're
and
on
grab her?
shit.
Yes.
Make an unarmed attack.
I'm not hurting.
No,
I don't want
it's
to
just a
hurt
grapple.
her.
I'm
Just
still
speaking
an
to
attack
this
move.
man, Nemo. You're. I didn't
Oh,
know.
7. But is it a deck? No, it's
It's plus your strength.
Do I get to
strength.
counter?
Well, I've got
Would I see this happen as
I've
well?
got +4, so
See
it's
this random man?
Yeah,
coming up.
exactly.
11.
it is. Yeah, yeah.
He
It's,
sees
it's
this
a, yeah.
happen.
It's
What is your
it's
AC?
11.
My
11.
AC? 13.
Yeah, okay. So what were you going to do when you see it happen?
So as I see this random man run up and try to snatch this girl who, mind you, is a troublemaker, but still brings a little joy to my day to see mischievous happening around the temple.
Yes.
This
And I'm
random
very-
demon boy comes out of
yes.
nowhere. So first thing I do is I stick out an arm and reach out to clothesline this man.
So what actually ends up happening is you put your arm out and he just kind of
Collides.
you put your hand on his forehead and he just goes, "What?" And now you're all kind of now you're
There's a
directly behind her.
standstill.
You're directly in front of her, and there's an arm across. It's basically over your horns.
I'm taking this opportunity to go, oh, well, you two look a little busy. I'm just going to go, pray to my God. And I take a little duck and
I reach out and grab her.
I attempt to.
I reach out to grab
I
her.
attempt to scooch behind Captain Nemo.
Okay. So by this point, you have also arrived at the doorway.
Shit!
I
So,
am
look.
absolutely huffing and puffing. I'm in a full suit of armor. Lightweight, but still
Chainmail,
not.
but still
Yeah.
full armor.
Still not cool. It's not an air conditioning in there.
Right.
You know. So I am absolutely just drabbled in sweat, and I'm like, this time, you're not getting away from me. If I can.
You need some
Help
water?
it.
You need some water,
No.
baby?
I rolled to grab her frantically.
Roll armed attack at disadvantage.
Can I roll to counter because I'm seeing her do this?
It's your AC. Basically, you counter.
I
your
rolled a
AC.
19.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Roll
second.
again.
Roll again.
20.
Oh, Nat?
Not 20.
So it's 19 plus your strength bonus.
Oh, so
You got yoinked.
Finally.
yeah.
My strength bonus is +4.
So 23.
Reaching
That hits you.
Oh,
But
hell yeah.
roll.
I am
what's
dead
it?
set on
struggle.
grabbing me this bad.
I
lady.
rolled to.
Struggle.
Can I can speak freely with my familiar, yes?
Oh yes.
Can I have my, can I have Pepper shit on her armor?
It would work.
Please?
So what are you gonna say to your familiar?
Pepper, attack mode 3!
Just hold on. I have to roll something.
Roll for that.
For how big the shit is? Yeah.
It's massive. Roll a 5 on 6. Like, and not only that, it is fast. Like it's
Muscle
one of those-
shot.
It's like a llama spit.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's like he turns around and you see his tail lift and you see his whole body tense, and then just pow, right in the center of the star in your tabard.
After a super clean grab, I immediately vanquish my hold on her because I am horrified.
So,
Now roll your stealth to sneak past
Get away.
But I also want to try to reach out and
In a
grab her
moment.
before she gets
In a
inside.
moment.
Yes.
What am I contesting it with?
Why is everyone so stressed
perception.
over this?
It's 5.
13.
I need to
You
stop
really-
rolling this
As
die.
you go to pass him, he just puts his hand on your shoulder.
And I just look
Just
up
grab her
and
by the
go,
scruff of her shirt.
I just go,
And now the cleric has arrived.
I'm just sauntering up.
Literally, he put his arms in his robes and was like,
I'm just like, Orren!
"Must we do this every week?"
Let him
Did you say
It's a different
every
noise.
week?
It's a different voice. From the back, there's an older gentleman, an older dragonborn, and he's coming forward. He has an amulet about this big of the 11-pointed star hanging around his neck, and then on his wrists he's got 11 bracelets, each one of the different gods in the pantheon. And he comes up and he's, this is getting older than me. Can we please just not?
What is his name?
This is sect.
Sect? Oh, Secty, baby. You know, I just want to come and pray. You know, I'm about that life.
2 weeks ago, you had your crow defecate on the statue of the Wild Mother.
There's a lot of crow
He's
defecation going
a
on.
wild bird, baby. He poops where he poops. I'm very sorry. I apologize. I cleaned
He
it up.
like leans around.
I cleaned it up.
And looks at the giant spot on her on.
I am
the
frantically grabbing plants. I'm like, no, I got this clean last week.
And she's like, he's a bird, man.
And he looks to Nemo and goes, "Keep them on the street."
Nemo, baby.
So
going
I'm
to
still
prepare.
I'm still like this with the scruff and the forehead. So I kind of push him to the side and push her out.
Roll your strength.
Do I?
Can I roll
Beat you
mine
down
to
these
get
stairs.
out of his
Yes.
grip?
19
I
plus
like the,
2.
always
wow,
says
okay.
that one.
21.
She's kind of like
17?
a New Jersey mom.
Yeah, that's 17.
Plus.
Plus
Strength
am
or
I doing
dexterity?
strength or dex? Okay, plus 4.
21.
So, as his
I'm
You
not
guys
doing
match-
anything violent. I'm just getting
As
out of it
his-
because I don't
As
like
his
being.
strength goes to pulling the tiefling girl out of the temple and into the street, you feel his grip on your face kind of relax, so you just pull away really quick
Yeah.
and like straighten your mask.
So how
I wanna, like, do
how
it, like,
hard
in a
does
cool
this
way,
man
and then I'm like-
throw my child.
Like,
He doesn't like actually yeet. It's more of like
It's,
it's more of
shove.
like a forceful shove.
Make your way out of here. You won't find no sanctuary here.
So now you guys are all out on the street in front of the temple and sected.
I turned to Nemo. Nemo, baby, I thought we were friends.
We're friends up until you cross this line. Other than that, we're good.
Oh, so since we didn't cross the line, you know, we're not there right now. You wanna
But
you wanna be my friend?
You did, which is the problem.
You wanna help me out here?
So
All right, I need
You
this
two know each
tiefling
other.
for
Yeah.
my information.
Yeah, I have Papreyka knows Orren and Nemo,
yes,
and obviously Vanati.
Yes,
I got it.
you got it.
You know, so this is obviously a regular occurrence. She obviously considers all of these people her closest companions.
So, Vanati, I assume you enlisted extra help today or something? What's with this this guy in the mask?
I mean, it was more of a momentary thing. It was either that or he was in my way. You know how seriously I take my
Yes,
job.
I don't work for
Yeah.
anyone.
he's
While
very
they're
serious about that fact.
while they're talking, can Papreyka give whatever she was being chased for to her crow?
Sure. I didn't bring the Dungeon Master's Guide, so what I'm going to do here is roll a D100 for me.
At 10.
Just a 10?
Yep.
And you can roll the other dice too.
You can get
Isn't
a
it-
second number.
Yeah,
Huh?
like the ones. Place.
Roll the d10 as well. And gets the ones
Different.
place.
There you go.
13.
13.
Okay.
My
so
dice hate me today.
It's what it is
rolled a
is
20
it's a
before the
little
game.
gold statuette of the Lady of Dignity that you stole from from one of the bazaar stalls, and he caught you, and he called the guard. It just so happened that Vanati was 15 feet away.
In fact, they called a different guard.
It seems like
and
Vanati
I
is
just
always.
came out of the shadows and went, I got this.
Vanati is always 15 feet away from Papreyka.
Yes. At all times.
It's not a personal vendetta.
It's a fun game.
Sometimes Papreyka wakes up in the middle of the night and thinks she sees Vanati outside her window, but that couldn't be right.
She lives on the second floor. I just have an image in my head of Vanati hanging from a tree, just
Because she would.
Alright, so
Spyglass.
I've handed
She
this
would.
to my crowd.
yes.
Or just using her massive
What do you-
arms to
what do
just
you
hold
want the crow
herself
to
up.
I just go, alright, you know, you boy.
Oh! And he got it in his mouth and it flies away.
And I.
I'm not paying enough attention to stop any of this
No,
happening.
you're-
Because you guys are
I
all
am.
talking.
We're conversing
I
about
waited
this man.
till all three
Yeah.
of them were talking, and I know,
Yeah.
my best boy won't do anything. You know, he doesn't like to get involved. So I waited.
Everything will take its course.
So what do you guys want to do?
Alright, well, I'm still discussing with Nemo.
Right, and now your tabard has a big black and white spot just right over the star.
So I'm very underlyingly peeved.
Miss, I've helped you get your thing. Can you please give me the information I need?
Yes, what do you want to know?
I'd like to know where the center of trade is.
Look, I'll show you my
Your
map.
official
Just
business.
copy it down and get out of the way.
So what she shows you is a map. It shows there are 7 alleys and 8 districts in this. 7 alleys, 8 districts, and a boardwalk in this town. The main center of commerce depends on what you're looking for. What are you trying to find?
Well, I'm selling grain, rice, and something we like to call sake.
So you'd be going for the farmers market, which is at the very back of the town, toward the outer gates.
Right.
You see that there's the main building in the circle that you arrived in is the harbor master's quarters, the harbor master's office, where he and the council meet to discuss town things. There are actually a ton of different every district has their own specialty. For example, there's an arcane alley where apothecaries and arcane and the studiers of the arcane practice and create wares. There's a fashion and fabrics district where people create clothes of all sizes and shapes and colors. And then 2 of them are Armory Row and Weaponry Drive. And they're kind of one district together, split down the middle by the main street that leads right to the harbor master's. Here, I'll just show you. This is my very crudely hand-drawn map of the city.
Also, I'm giving him kind of notes
nice.
for helping me out. I'm telling him which vendors to avoid, which ones sell better, which ones
This is the farmers
willing to
market.
bargain. Yeah.
So,
Nemo pitches in and helps.
You can find the best
What
fish
was your
at
name again?
Stall 52.
Vanati Stonegard.
Vanati Stone.
Future
Thank
captain
you.
of the guard.
So they're all like huddled around this
Amano?
map.
Very
Can I?
impressed with your
just one second. Amano,
your superior officers must be very proud.
write down in your notebook, in your notes, that when searching for a vendor, you have a +1 you have +1 inspiration, which is an extra D4 to your roll.
Did you get that?
No, I did not.
You get
When
+1 to
you go searching for a vendor, you get +1 inspiration on your roll, which is an additional D4 in addition to whatever else you roll. So what were you saying?
Are we good with the? I was just wondering if we were good with the camera.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Sorry, just a quick out of game. We're recording, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we're live. I just want to make sure we're recording.
There will also, even if we weren't recording, we can also just grab the VOD off Twitch.
Gotcha. Okay, so since they're all so enamored and pointing out little tidbits on this map, very detailed, I'm going to turn to Orren. Oh, it was nice seeing you, baby.
Oh, and it's always entertaining having you around.
I'll see you later, okay, baby? And then she turns to leave.
I instinctively know what she's going to do.
I believe both of us are ready.
What is your passive perception? Both of you? Just underneath your
12.
0.
What?
My perception is 0.
Passive perception,
Passive
right under your
perception.
last
I'm
stat.
10.
Under the last
10.
skill.
10? Okay.
That's much better than 0.
Yeah, that's enough to notice that she's like, see ya.
So we both pretty much just grab onto an arm.
I clutch a shoulder, you clutch the other one.
Well, I got close.
So
always do.
it looks like I'm off, guard duty for the rest of the day. Are you looking for someone to patrol the city with?
I'll take all the help I can get. I'm doing all the work around here lately.
And it's been especially hard work with the festival being set up.
Yes.
If you just let people steal every now and again, your work wouldn't be so hard, now would it?
If we steal now and again, nobody can make a living, and a profitable city is what is needed to pay a good guard.
That's what I'm now and again. Not
That and it's the right thing to do. It's not all about money, of course.
She's right, but take what you want. This life isn't going to give you anything.
honor. She just fucking teases her. She's like,
So you guys just kind of
She made-
peruse the city for a little while together?
Well, I
I
actually
mean, I've
could
just been
use
held. So.
Yeah.
We'll drop her off on the way through.
You both are very capable.
Are you guys gonna drop her off where?
Well, we have to get there first. We're gonna start walking.
Definitely taking her to the prison.
We're going to the county jail for now.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pressing for light charges because I just think she needs to learn a lesson. I'm not actually as mean as I'm.
Until
pretending
shops
I am.
are closed, pretty
Yeah.
much.
What always
Yeah.
happens.
So, I'm willingly walking.
Yeah, because she knows she's gonna get out.
Papreyka
Like, literally
And
within a couple hours.
just following them
willingly
because-
walking with them.
You're like, I got caught, gotta sit here.
And
for hours.
Or I'm
how fast are we walking? And are there any groups of 5 or more people near us?
That's up to the party. How fast are you guys walking?
Kind of patrol speed, so like
Yeah, we're
Okay, so
perusing.
slower.
I'm
Yeah, we're not
surprised
Kind of
Rushing
like
from my
walk,
small
but
stature.
not like a fast walk.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry.
yeah, we're not.
We
We're-
do this like every day.
Yeah.
I've had the idea that I want to hire them, so I'm just following them to drop off the paprika.
You call it hiring, but you're
paprika.
really just coming with us.
I'm lost.
I've hired them.
You
Now, DM.
told me where it is, and I totally wrote
Oh,
it down.
I do
and totally
wave.
copied
I
it
wave
on the
goodbye.
map, but just in
To
case.
Orren.
You
Or
can
are
just
you
take
going
it.
with them?
Do you want to come with us?
I'm gonna go check to see if, what's his name? The
Sect?
The high sect.
The high cleric.
The high cleric needs
Hey, cleric, are you hungry?
I might just change my mind and follow her.
Yeah, you know what these.
As a group of 5, you start heading, sauntering down what is essentially it's the third from you.
This
So
one?
that one, yeah. You're heading down from the temple, which is at that line, toward the harbor master. That way.
Okay.
It's not a very far walk because it's a relatively small town, but
So
it is
what
a
are
very
those,
important.
What are
town.
those areas again?
On
What
your
we're
right,
walking through right now?
on your right is Arcane Alley, and on your left is Weaponry Row.
And what are the crowds like today? What can I do? I need to make a perception check to just kind of look around and
Roll perception.
okay. Well, I can read. I didn't just forget how to read for a second.
What is word?
13.
15. This morning is sparsely populated in these streets because everybody's over at the farmer's market and at the fish market trying to get ready for the feast tonight. But this street, I rolled a 2 on a d10 for population, so it's relatively sparse. There aren't a ton of crowds. There's 1 or 2 people kind of milling around at each stall.
Okay.
As we pass by the stalls, I am being a good tour guide with the assistance of some of Nemo's pitch-ins, and we are letting our royal guest of honor basically peruse, and we're making sure that he's well informed.
Yes.
And I'm also, adding little clips about
The
what I've stolen from each.
And I think
Exactly.
the people and I think the
I know the history.
Yeah.
and the people and the I would say the only people who probably know I'm royalty are both of them. These two are a little more unaware. So she's kind of like treating me and maybe would that make sense?
He's
Or would,
at least very
because
high
I'm
class.
cloaked
I'm nice.
and like
I'm nice to everyone.
That's true.
She's
or
nice to
she's nice
everyone.
to everyone and
quote,
they don't
unquote
know I'm
mean,
not.
but I'm
To
really
an
No.
extent, you two do recognize the position of nobility that you hold.
We can
Because we've been under the influence of people that are noble.
It's like even
Yeah.
though I'm under a hood and I've got a mask on, it's like I stand up straight and I talk to people.
We know nobility
No,
when
I
we
talk
see it.
like this.
We've dealt with them a lot.
Yes.
Are you alming?
I don't have an alms box.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I
your
do. I
first
just
thing.
missed it. I was like,
Step
backpack,
one.
It's your first thing in
box.
gold, baby.
Yeah, I'll walk around with my alms box open. Alms for the clerics.
Papreyka chimes in.
Roll
Alms.
roll a d10.
Alms.
Alms. We're just chorusing
D10.
alms.
Oh, D10. Sorry.
What did you roll?
D20.
I do. Yeah.
30.
5.
5. Okay. You're gonna end up with about 5 gold pieces in various coins. Copper, silver. There's like a gold and everything
Should
else
have gotten an
is
alms.
divided between
Okay.
Almost did that.
copper and silver.
That was so smart.
But that is
God,
morally
it's
going
so
to the church to write it in a
But
separate
he wouldn't
box.
give it to me.
Yeah.
I think to myself,
It's up to you to
Or-
decide if you want to keep it for yourself or not, or actually give it to the church.
No, it'll go to the church.
I
Holy man.
also go ahead and give Corbin a gold because I'm like, okay.
Ooh, another.
And I realize
One
there's
gold.
2 gold missing from my pouch.
4.
4,
He
that's
only
right.
realizes 2.
4. I
He may be royalty, but he's not a great
caught-
counter.
I really am.
So, in
So
this
far,
moment,
I'm
you go.
really not perceptive.
Did I not pack all of my gold?
No,
Yeah.
honey, you need to really let them speak.
Oh yes. Well, I was like, do I not pack all my gold? And I'd like, oh, it's probably the other tiefling.
Roll wisdom.
You can't prove
Ooh.
anything.
You ain't got no proof.
Straight wisdom plus bonus.
You're not getting
Oh
anything.
wow, 4. Jeez.
5.
No, 3.
Oh my god. So yeah.
I think about it, and then I
No-
shame myself for thinking about it. I'm like, but I'm a tiefling. Ugh, filthy family that judges me.
He has like a little
It's rubbed
internal.
off on
I have
you.
I have an internal monologue, and I'm just like, I look at her like, I'm so sorry.
And she's like,
Forever,
Papreyka's
and she's like, what?
no. She's like confused for a second. She's like, doll, if you're sorry, you should just tell me a little skedaddle. If you're really sorry. But if you're not, I guess that's fine too. Is that a
I'm like,
persuasion?
Roll
trust me.
persuasion
There's no need to be
versus
sorry for
insight. Go ahead and roll your insight.
I have a plus
My
6 on
insight?
persuasion.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
He's just so easy to
Ah,
convince.
12.
10
Minus.
minus 1, I think.
9.
What is this? What is this for?
Persuasion.
I'm
Persuasion.
persuading you to help me get
So-
out.
Oh yeah, -1. Yep.
So
So 9.
it wasn't a spread of 5, so it doesn't just automatically happen. If you want to role play it out, you can.
Well, I don't really like the system,
Yeah, well, neither do I, very obviously, baby.
but all right. Well, just wait a second. Let me
Okay.
figure
I'm
something.
patient. I can be patient.
Like really
You're about-
whispering. Should I roll for like whispering or something? Like see
yeah,
if they
No, they should have to roll for perception.
Yeah, roll
Yep.
perception.
Yeah.
roll perception.
So I'm definitely
10?
like nearby.
Oh no.
20.
Natural?
9.
20.
10 plus. Wait, is it plus my passive?
Plus
Well,
perception.
Oh,
But
no,
Corbin,
I'll
would you
have to
actually
make
do,
Which is 0.
Oh,
So
but Corbin, would you
I'll
actually
have
do
fun.
anything about it?
You're gonna know.
Corbin notices, but he doesn't care.
I just said, and then he was like,
Yeah.
no, I'll have.
So, yeah, roll your stealth. Let's see what happens.
11.
Well, based on the perception, shouldn't they have a reaction to hearing us speaking?
Stealth? Did you say?
before he even has an action?
+3.
Well, because he
So
was speaking.
14.
Yes, but shouldn't they have a perception to be able to pick up what he is saying?
That's what
They
the
did.
perception
That's what
was.
they did.
Okay.
This is for how loud he's speaking to you.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
got a what now?
14 because I got +3 and 11.
Okay. So, Orren is the only one who hears them in this moment because you're walking behind them, not in front of them. Are you going to do anything about it?
Oh, not yet.
No, because
I'll wait
he
for
said
my
to
time.
wait, and I said I could be patient.
Okay. You're about halfway across the courtyard to the harbor master.
Oh,
where
what is the population? Sorry, do I need to do another perception?
Yes.
I'm be aware. I will constantly ask this throughout the campaign. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Population counter.
11 plus perception.
Can I assume
I
I
lost
have
it
my
again.
spells back?
15.
Okay.
15. Okay. As you come out of Arcane Alley, you notice that the fish market and the fisherman docks over to your far left, kind of straight across the way, are bustling. Like everybody's trying to get fish and fixins and all this good stuff for the feast tonight.
Okay. I with this information I have internalized, I look at you, and I make little shifty eyes at the crowd. But that's all I do. I don't say anything else.
I want to
let him interpret this as he may.
Is she in like cuffs or something, or
No, she's
No.
being held by the
no?
wrists.
She's just being held.
like they got or by the elbows. They've each got an elbow, and she's like,
She's just because they're tall.
I mean, I have
Like,
pretty good
trying to catch up.
I have pretty good charisma. Should I just talk to them and distract them?
sure, that's what you want to do.
All right, so I'm gonna
No,
roll.
what are you gonna say first?
Actually, I just wanted. I had a question for both of you. You're a fisherman, right? I really wanted to know if I actually caught some fish today, like if I had some men catch some fish, would I be able to sell it on the market for a really good price?
You.
I want both of your opinions on
Fish
this. I
market
mean,
entry closes very early.
All right,
Uh,
so am I rolling now?
To distract.
Because it's
Roll.
It's like-
performance.
Oh, okay.
You're acting.
What am I rolling?
But I have +3
Insight.
performance.
Oh, my deception and persuasion.
oh, see,
18.
Okay.
Good about it.
4.
Oh, it's 5.
Dude,
+3.
You need a new dice set. Those dice hate you.
You hate me. So
I-
are
I
we
had
gonna
an
roll to
bringing
look
him in.
into it?
I had an
You
18.
roll it.
Oh my gosh.
I got a 5
Insight?
and my
My performance is +3, so I'm 8.
insight
But
is +2.
So I
7.
tricked Katie, but I didn't.
You were talking
okay.
to me.
No,
was
I
talking to
love
you,
giving
though.
my
He asked
opinion,
both
so
of
I
them.
immediately
He
go,
asked
I
"Oh,
went
my opinion."
yes, but I was like, but I want you in on this. So she's a little
So
more distracted,
you-
and you almost.
With an 18 versus a 7, you see right through it. You realize he's trying to distract you for some reason.
So I tighten my grip around the arm a little bit more and kind of hold on at the other side. I look at him. Well, we don't really accept too much out of town trade. You kind of got to be here for a while and get the connections, and also the intake closes around high noon.
Oh, okay. So
Can I do
if I
it?
went out fishing right now, I wouldn't be able to really get anywhere.
Talk to
Well,
the.
where's the best place
I
to
just
fish?
wanted
Could
to
you
be-
could you show me?
wait
I'm
till
trying
the
to
end. Yeah.
perform
Yeah,
again
yeah.
and saying, could you show me? Could you show me where
Okay.
where the best place
Can I
is?
make
Like
a comment about while they're talking? I look over at Orren and I'm just kinda
14 +3 this time. So that's 17.
Like, I'm just
Okay.
like, dude.
Roll insight.
You guys don't know
Oh,
that I
19
No.
Wow.
plus
But I know you're on
2.
my side
So
in general.
now I catch on. I'm
Eight.
like,
The chaos.
You
So
are-
we switched.
You had already,
So we
you already
So I
had
kinda just like
the
look at you and
inklings.
I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone's
So, like,
okay.
when
But
she
then
saw-
I mentioned
Yeah.
where,
I'm
and
like-
he's like, "Oh!" He instantly goes into fisherman mode.
When she saw you tighten your grip, she was like, "Oh," and but then yours slowly started to loosen as you were talking about fishing stuff. But now Vanati's got this death grip on your arm. What did you want to do?
Oh, I already basically talked it over. I basically just made shifty eyes with him. I was just kind of like,
Well, you can.
because I know that Orren doesn't really have a side. As long as he just like you just stated,
Yeah.
as long as everybody's safe and unharmed, he kind of
No big
he
deal. I live
enjoys
for
watching the
fun
chaos.
stuff.
So I just because I know he's generally my friend. So I gave him a look and I kind of just shrugged. I was like,
Just wait.
By this point, you're walking up to the front of the Harpmaster's building. And instead of going up the stairs to the front, there's like a wooden heavy wooden oak door over by the side of the stairs that's got the insignia of the town guard, the city guard on it, and it's just oak slightly ajar, and you can see there's like torchlight coming from inside. Are you gonna head there?
Yep.
I mean, where's the brig?
Sorry?
The brig?
Yeah, it's gonna be in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you walk in, you see somebody that you two are very familiar
we were
with.
walking in now. We
Yes.
didn't get a chance
Were
to
there
do
stairs?
anything outside.
That's why I asked. I asked
Yeah,
if you guys wanted to walk in.
We're walking in.
You looked directly at Vanati and went, "Do you want to walk in?" It didn't seem like a question.
Would
for
you
the
guys
person.
like to walk in?
Yes.
We're walking in.
No,
most
I would
likely.
not. I would not like
But
to walk
you're gonna
into
struggle?
the jail.
Are you gonna
Oh
struggle?
hell yeah, I'm gonna
Roll
struggle.
your strength
So we're contesting with strength.
versus both of them.
Oh hell, I'm.
19, and y'all
18.
know I got a +4 on strength.
I almost had a nat 20 again. But it's a 2.
How many
I got a
people are
23.
around this main area?
2 and then strength.
Not many. They're all off at the fish market. There's like one guard outside the heavy oak door.
Think about like a farmer's market across the street from the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
Not much things are going to be happening at the Capitol building when there's fresh food across the street.
That's true.
As I'm struggling, can I attempt to persuade Vanati?
How would you like to do so? What did you guys both roll for your strength?
I rolled an 18,
A 19 and then +4.
so 23.
And I rolled a 4.
What you feel is she just kind of goes dead weight. Just,
But we just pick her up.
Yeah, we just drag.
She like dropped her feet out, but didn't go anywhere. So she's like hanging between your legs, like no.
Can I attempt persuasion on Vanati?
Say how you would like to persuade, and then you can roll.
Vanati,
I have a contingency
you know
plan
I
in
don't
case
mean
that
any
doesn't work.
harm. You know I'm trying to get better.
Don't
It's just
look
an
at me like
impulse that I can't
that.
control. You know I'm going to.
Roll persuasion.
I'm not
with
done
advantage.
yet. I'm not
Okay.
done yet. Baby, you know I'm going to those anonymous group meetings. Those pickpocket anonymous meetings. You know, you saw me there last week when you came to check if I was going.
Yeah, she's
You
totally
saw me
gone.
there.
I know.
And if you lock me up, I'm going to miss the meeting tomorrow night.
here.
Oh.
I'm going to miss the meeting tomorrow night, and you are going to keep me from my recovery.
Do it for your job, do it for your job, do it for your job.
Question:
Vanati.
Did that actually happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I knew the day she was going to come and check if I was there.
Yeah.
And I went that night. And I've
Roll
never been before.
persuasion with advantage.
All of these dice hate me.
Yep.
With advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
You turn the dice tray and
Can I just try that again?
I'll give you one more.
Because none of my rolls have been like above 10.
your
Wow,
dice
9.
keeps rolling as soon as it goes to 1 and it rolls over to the lower one.
What'd you get?
Right.
Total
Yeah.
15.
Oh wow.
I have a +6 to persuasion.
Yeah,
That's
Deception.
very good.
I'm
I
gonna
rolling?
say
Counter.
To counter.
roll. Just roll straight charisma.
No, it shouldn't it be
Wisdom.
Oh yeah, wisdom. You're right.
no, shouldn't it be insight?
Wisdom is insight.
She rolled
I rolled a 20.
Natural
Shit.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
sorry.
punching yourself in the chest, like.
Stop, let her do it. Let her see what she does.
If I do this again, if I let you off the hook, I only know it's going to be hurting you in the long run.
But I'm going to the meeting.
And it obviously hasn't been working, has it? I've seen you out here every week, and you've gone to the meetings every week, and then I take you in every week. It's obviously not working any week, so we have to try something different. I'm sorry. Don't ask me again. This is already hard.
Wow, you're
I
right,
see.
really don't
I
know
see
what's
where
going
your
on.
honor really lies,
It's quite
Vanati.
bad.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a good punch.
What are we? Yeah.
There's nothing honorable about encouraging you to steal any longer.
There's nothing honorable about locking up a misguided child.
I need you to just roll straight charisma because there's no like guilt trip.
Wait, how
For the honor.
I I need you to just roll straight charisma. Both of you.
Are you kidding me? All these rolls are horrible.
19! Plus 2. 21.
Do you need another pair of dice, B?
Yeah, I'd rather trade these out. They're really frustrating me.
If you want to, my dice bag is right there. You can grab the set out.
Yeah, I guess I'll just stick with this roll because I already rolled it. 9.
Okay.
19 plus 2.
Yeah, no, you're dead set.
Yeah.
If I tried to create a
So
a
I am
diversion to
cry.
bring
Like
lots
I'm
of
starting to
people an
cry
area,
as I
how
am
many
just
people
trudging her in, and I feel
It's a
awful,
best
but I'm
Okay.
still
You're
doing
you're
it.
dragging me upstairs still.
because
Yeah, I'm literally
I have an
like
idea.
at this point, Nemo has let go of her, and I am like holding her under her arms, like really sad. Like I am upset, but I don't want her to see
Right.
because I'm trying to be a stern mom.
It should be right there in the camera. You two are still just like engrossed in conversation about fishing, but you're like looking over his shoulder, like, "What's going on?"
I'm very
We
much
both
like-
make comments on what's going
We're,
on there
we're
too.
actually. I was like, I know exactly what's going on here. And then they had that whole conversation. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
It's
Like, this
very,
is
it's
weird.
very convoluted.
This is
Okay.
weird, but I guess you all know each other. I just didn't think it was that
Well, I
well.
also have some extra ones too if you need.
I'm just gonna try a new D20. I don't know what it is, but
I have 2 more D20s if you want to try
my
them.
plot is like.
well,
All
I'm gonna
right.
go ahead and while you guys are still talking, I'm gonna spill my alms box kind of near where you guys are, and amplify my voice with thaumaturgy to tell everyone over in the shopping area that, ooh, free gold.
Free gold, everyone.
So I'm gonna roll and see how many people I can get.
Roll deception.
Oh, I don't have much of
No,
that.
because he's not lying. Performance?
Performance.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 0 of that. That's cool.
Can I roll
10.
dexterity to
because
grab
you're-
as much of that gold as possible?
In a moment, yes. So
Noble penny pitcher?
I'm a tiefling. I gotta be me.
roll it at advantage because you're casting.
Me
Conquer.
plus
Okay.
more money is just me with more money.
It's more money.
16.
Wow.
Okay. It's not bad. You're gonna get some people.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and erase the 6 gold for the church in various coins.
Basically,
It's over. That dream is over.
there was a small crowd gathering at the end booth of the fish market, and they hear that, and every single face goes, and comes like the whole crowd is now looking at you, and you throw throwing the alms box in.
I want to start
short
increasing the
study.
speed
Do
of my
excuse me for a
walk
moment.
because
Okay.
I don't want anything to stop this moment. This moment is a long time coming.
I take note and
You wanted to try and grab this. Okay.
Like while it's in the air.
15 plus 3. Yee.
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
Ooh. Yes, 3.
So plus 3 with sleight of hand? Okay.
18.
18? So you're like, before the gold pieces have even landed, you're like,
All of them?
Yes.
just the 2 gold.
Oh.
Everything else was like silver and copper.
Yeah, you took the money you gave to me in my alms box. You just took it right back, and then one more.
Well, you were begging for it. Now you're just throwing it on the ground.
While that's happening, as she's increasing her speed, may I attempt to scream very, very loudly to startle her?
In a moment, you wanted to do something.
I was following suit and increasing speed.
I would like
He's
to
still ushering.
I
He's
would
behind
like
me.
to
We're
randomly
both arm in arm.
shriek at a very high pitch to startle them.
Okay. First, roll Constitution to take as much air into your lungs as you can.
Okay.
Your new D20, here we go.
It's the fucking tray. It's the tray.
Do you want to switch trays?
Yes, please. It's frustrating.
Did we even out the table after we put the tablecloth on? Did it also
The table does look like it's a little bit slanted on her side.
Katie, would you mind lifting the end of your table and pulling it out just a little? See if it
Could
flattens
also
out.
be that the gods hate you.
That's,
That makes sense,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay then.
Magic.
Let's try that again.
Go ahead and roll that again. So I have been watching your dice go.
18.
There you go.
18
So,
plus
okay.
what? Constitution?
Yes.
That's a 20.
So you take probably the biggest breath
I've ever taken
you've
in
ever
my
taken
life.
in your life, and let out this blood curdling. Can you do a quiet version of it?
But like longer.
Roll performance.
Oh, I'm good at this. 16. And what is their? Do they have to counter that with like?
I'm gonna say probably also Constitution, because you're screaming like literally in their faces.
16.
We match.
15.
15.
We match, and I beat her by 1.
Beat her by 1. Okay. So you do it, and okay, I'm gonna need you to roll just a straight d20.
Me?
Vanati.
Or Vanati?
19.
Her grip loosens just for a second. You have one small window. Roll your strength to break out of her grip.
Are we rolling against?
No, she's.
I'm just rolling for this
Vanati
arm,
is just holding Papreyka. You're just following behind them, so there's no strength.
You're fine.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your strength to break out of her grip. What is your strength score, Vanati?
My strength is +4 and overall 19.
19 is your DC.
Yes.
But she's got a loosened grip. Shouldn't that count for something?
Okay, we'll go -2. 17 is your DC.
We're guards.
I get that, but Jesus.
And she's
18
Plus.
plus your strength.
Yeah, there you go.
plus 2.
Totally
20.
got it.
She slips out of your hands. Both of you roll dexterity. See if you have a chance to grab her before she runs down the stairs.
Can I counter with Dex?
What is your dex score?
14.
Okay.
14.
I rolled an 8 and it's a straight 0, so I don't.
So you slip out of her hands. Yeah, roll your dexterity because he matched your dexterity.
She rattled my helmet a bit. I'm still recovering.
It
Oh,
reverberated.
It just went right in.
It's like a goddamn bell up in there.
Surround me like a bell.
15.
What's your dexterity score, Cam? Nemo?
My flat? 12.
12?
But I rolled a 14.
On the dexterity, right?
On this roll, I rolled 14.
When we matched,
On this
you rolled 14.
on dexterity, I have a 12 stat.
Okay. So you kind of go to grab her, and
I sit my ass down and slide down those stairs.
you manage to grab like one of her horn ornaments, and it just slides right off the top.
Ooh, she didn't want like that.
I don't want it bad.
And what you hear after the scream, oh man, he's mad, is stop! And your captain,
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Captain Stayn,
Stain.
comes marching out in his full plate armor. He was getting ready for the feast. He has to give a speech tonight. His plate armor is immaculate.
I'm immediately up and salute.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ultimate respect.
You just drop straight into attention, your arms at your sides, you know, and all that good stuff. And he walks past you, and I need you to roll a charisma check. Roll a charisma saving throw.
10.
He rolled a 14 on his intimidation. So, stop dead in your tracks.
Okay. I was stopping anyway. He had one of my hair ornaments, my horn ornaments.
okay.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Okay.
It doesn't fully like detach though. It's attached by a chain to the pendant.
Right.
So
So,
there's a pendant.
So I'm
hanging
holding one
between-
side of the pendant chain.
You're
Yeah, it's
holding
kind of
a
like-
chain. One
she
of the
can't
top
leave
ones.
then.
I have
I
a
could
call.
if I could just break it,
Oh,
but I won't
well, you
because
won't.
it's like a gold like necklace chain.
It's like
that
this,
holds it
basically.
together.
I could just.
And I pulled the top off, and I'm holding one side, and the other side.
And I'm
still
death
connected to the
glaring
chain.
you right now. Like if you break this shit, you are gonna get castrated.
That the crowd has now gathered around and is like sorting through the coins. They're like, there's no gold in here. They're still like pocketing
The
silver and copper. There's no gold here. One looks up to you and goes, He's a liar!
I was certain there was gold in there. You guys were just slow.
It's not deception either.
It's just accurate.
Roll persuasion on these townsfolk.
They know me.
That's true. He
I
should
got
have
a
an
7.
advantage with them. He is one of their temple people.
Sure, why not?
Okay,
Roll
cool.
again with advantage. Right?
Advantage.
Yeah.
10. What, persuasion? Yeah, 0. 10.
Yeah, they rolled a 3.
Oh,
So
good.
they're like,
You're fine either way.
they kind of go,
Eh, 3 months.
and then the crowd starts to dissipate back over the fish market as they take all the money with them. So now the captain is coming down, and he's looking. He comes to you first, and he goes, "What is the meaning of this?"
Look, it's the same girl, okay? It's the same one that keeps stealing from the market square, and I got her this time. I got her cornered.
The tiefling.
Yes, the tiefling.
May I interject?
Yes.
I don't know why you're chasing me. Whatever you think I stole, I don't have anything on me.
I've seen her stealing.
Check my
Week
person.
after week
I give
after
you
week.
full permission to check my person.
And this happens all the time.
Oh yeah.
What do you know?
How do you
He looks at Nemo, because you're also a guard. He would at least know you.
From my perspective, she's been running around the town, I guess, nabbing things. She had a whole posse chasing after her, and she almost called sanctuary in our temple.
Because I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't have any stolen merchandise on me.
I'm not 100% aware of what is going on, but I decided to assist your loyal guard in this endeavor.
As you guys are talking, he's kind of.
He's so done.
The Feast of Plenty is tonight. Just one night, I want to not babysit some shithead in this godforsaken place. As of right now, she is your responsibility until sunrise.
Yes. I'm the only one who can do it. I can do it.
And then he turns to look at you again, and then notices the other tiefling. He kind of straightens up a little bit. Are you? Would you happen to be the envoy from the House of Jaku?
Yes, that is me. I am Amano Jaku.
You see, his back gets even straighter, so it starts to bend backward a little bit, and his plate
Sucks
armor,
in his belly.
Well, you can't see it. You can't see his belly in the first place because his plate armor is on. But you can tell he's trying to suck in. He's
Big.
He's not a very big man. He's 5'6", but he's trying to make himself seem bigger as he walks over, and something in your something catches. Who has a passive perception above 12?
Well, mine is 12.
It is 12.
14.
12 counts. Those who have it above 12 and above, notice that he's wearing platform boots to add a couple extra inches.
Get me some of that.
What a man.
Yes, sir. I got into town a while ago, bumped into these lovely people. I'm going to the market to sell my goods. If you could I have some of these as my guards?
Oh, well, of course. Though I cannot speak for Orren, our cleric of
I'll
Helm.
tag along.
However, I can assign these two to your party.
He's coming. I can't get rid of any of them.
Very well.
You know, you
agree
could
with this.
get rid of me. You could.
Would
You could
you
just.
do me the honor of joining me at my table at the feast tonight?
Of course. Well, we can talk business and all that stuff in the meantime. But I really have to get going. I think it's about that. My sundial
The
says.
farmer's market only has a couple more hours. By all means.
My sundial.
My
He points
sundials.
He points you straight down the main road, straight away from there. And he goes, the farmer's... And you can kind of see it off in the distance. There's flags flying and there's a kite somewhere up in the sky that you can kind of see. And he points straight down and he goes, just down there you'll find the farmer's market. I do not believe they're taking new vendors. However, take your time, peruse their wares. I will take a quick moment, and he reads, like, speeds back in and speeds back out of the office. He's got a piece of parchment and a quill, and he writes up very quickly, by decree of the harbor master, because he has that power because he's captain of the guard, by decree of the harbor master, the farmer's market will extend for 1 hour past closing.
Thank you.
And he hands it to Nemo.
And as your escort through the city, I'll join you at your table tonight.
Yeah.
Very well.
We can have the gang here
Awesome.
too, if they want to come along. The
Well-
table thing.
And you see, he very obviously goes,
I hear it and I kind of choke on my air. That's coming.
Actually,
Can I make a
it
comment
was
on
this
his list?
young lady who showed me through the town first.
I
was
led him through the town.
She led me through the town, essentially.
Can I make
Okay, one second. No, 1 second to him. 1 second.
I'm like, hey, shh, quiet.
One sec. Come on, 1 sec.
As the captain of the guard gives me a look about, not wanting me at the table, I go, well, you know, baby, I don't have to be at the table. I don't have to be anywhere near you at all. I don't have to.
You are under the charge of Vanati.
I look over at Vanati. Well, if I'm sitting next to you, you should know. I tend to be a very messy eater.
He takes out a pair of manacles from his like side pouch and tosses them to you.
Have you released my head ornament yet?
No.
I'm going between, talking gracefully to the captain of the guard and glaring at you to release
You
me.
haven't said anything about.
But I've just been glaring at you.
So, Amano, please roll deception because while it's technically the truth that she led you through the city, she didn't show you through the city. So roll deception against
You were
the captain.
chasing.
15
Plus
Wow.
plus performance or
Deception.
deception 3, so 8.
18.
Okay. He goes, that's out of character. Very well.
You only know the bad side of me that she tells you. I'm a very kind
please.
person.
yes, she's been.
None of you are willing to see the good in me.
I'm doing my best.
I can feel the eye roll.
The sarcasm just drips out of her mouth. Very well. I bid you good day, and I will see you at the feast. When the firework goes up, or when the smoke goes off above the harbor master's quarters, that means it is time to meet for dinner, and we will see you in a few hours.
Excellent.
All right.
He stands there waiting and smiling. He's like,
Good evening.
Okay, you can let
Thank
go.
you,
To the
sir.
market, off to the market. Here we go.
All right. Come on,
Are you
guys.
still hungry, cleric?
Of course, you offered me a meal.
I'm not moving. In fear of breaking my ornament.
As soon as the captain walks away, I finally look down at her.
And she's just going,
Can I help you?
put it back.
Or do you promise not to run?
I make no promises, but it would be very appreciated if my family heirloom, that is very fragile, was placed back on my horn, please. Oh, please.
I will put this back out of good faith that you will not run. But if you do, my arms are longer than your legs, and I can snatch that off your head real quick.
Such a statement.
roll intimidation.
Yeah.
Oh.
16 plus my intimidation.
Do I
21.
combat it with Constitution?
You can
Because she's
try.
not just like willy-nilly, like, oh, she's
Right,
got
what
some
is
grit to her.
the, intimidation is charisma, so go ahead and roll your charisma.
Charisma.
It wouldn't be
But it would
wisdom.
be a counter to that charisma.
Oh yeah, so go ahead and roll wisdom.
Okay.
You have to beat a 21.
No, I'm fucked.
You never know.
I'm
You know.
so 6.
That's a lot of incentive to just hang out for a little
I'm
while.
just like, oh, well,
Also,
we're buds. We're buds, baby.
those manacles right there don't look too comfortable, just so you're aware.
She looks over and she's
Yeah, they're not.
I mean,
they're
we're
not the
buds.
fuzzy
We
pink
hang out all
kind.
the time in your temple, so I won't mind spending a meal with you. We're fine. It's okay.
Hurry up, tiefling. I'm not heartless. I'll feed you too.
Ah, hell yeah.
Food.
She just
All right,
kind of
but
turns
first
into a
there's a
little
matter of,
little gremlin for a second. She's like,
selling my wares.
yeah, food. Free food.
Should we just do like a skip thing? Like I've sold.
What are you trying to sell? Is the
Uh,
question.
Rice. I said it earlier.
Rice grain and sake.
rice grain, and sake.
Okay.
Yeah. I had like one other thing, but
You only said rice.
let's
grain,
just do
okay.
those. Yeah, let's do those too.
Let's go ahead and do that really quick. You would probably be selling
rice grain
in.
and
So
yes.
we'll go down the street and we'll go to the market, and that'll be our break point.
All right.
So as you walk down the street, you see that this is primarily like the armor and weaponry street. So you've got kind of like a Fletcher who does who makes specifically arrows.
Ooh, that's good.
You've got like a couple of sword makers. You've got what looks like a really impressive armor maker. You see what looks like pretty much the captain of the guard's chest plate hanging in the back of one stall.
The plate metal.
Yeah, the plate mail.
I kind of like lean over to her, and I'm like,
I know. Beautiful.
It is hands down the best armor smith in the city.
You know, one day I'm gonna own my own suit straight from there. I'm excited just to put it on.
do you
Finally be captain of the guard.
think we're getting paid for this mission by chance?
For me, it's not so much about pay, but a
No.
little compensation would be nice.
We weren't invited to the meal.
That is true. Free meal is not the worst.
Free food is free food, babies.
As
So
long
what-
as you're with me, you'll be accommodated for. Don't worry.
What are you looking for? Are you looking
Compensated
for
for
anything
sure.
in particular while you walk? Also,
Well,
you two,
my
are you looking
equipment
for anything
is-
in particular?
I
Right.
feel like I'm reaching for a lot of things, and my hand is getting smacked by Vanati and Nemo, like a lot. Like I'm just like, and then just like,
Like before it can even get to the point of like an extended hand, it like gets to here.
and I'm just like, oh. My hand just gets red.
After a couple of smacks, I give her something to snack on just to keep her occupied.
You buy me a
Give her
drink.
take one ration block off of your
All right.
thing. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna look for another small
Oh,
hammer.
that one's broken.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have
Um,
come
Start
Totally
looking
okay.
around.
There's like a tool shop. They have like tongs. It's for like blacksmiths' tools
Yeah.
made by blacksmiths.
Oh, so sturdy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's made with like smithing steel and like really high quality materials and slag and all that good stuff.
How expensive would a light hammer, possibly for smithing, but can still be used like
in combat.
in combat?
Good question.
Like the little the one with the little. It's the flat head with that's squarish with the little pointed end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you can ping the armor with it. Those things are cool.
Yeah, I got a light hammer, and I'm gonna have another little one. I'll chuck 'em. I've also got a mace, so that'll come in
So-
handy eventually.
Normal light hammers run for 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
These ones made by blacksmiths are at a premium of 5.
Are there any special ones? Can I see? Or they're just usual. All
There
the
are
same?
a couple that seem to be kind of a higher class of metal,
Mm-hmm.
but they start at like 50 gold.
Oh, okay.
These are the ones that are like, I had metal left over from making a new anvil,
Mm-hmm.
and I used the anvil steel to create this. You
So
know,
it's
stuff like
harder.
that. Yeah, it's harder steel. It's more carbon steel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder than the one you currently have.
Yeah.
But basically, there's no like special properties. It's just
Oh wait then.
okay. Would anybody else like to look for anything else while we're walking down the armor and weapons division?
I'm definitely scouting for a future outfit, but besides that, that's about it.
Are there any new tabards that I see? Guard tabards, possibly.
So tabards are custom made.
Got it.
Generally, there is one person taking tabard commissions.
Is there any like a dry clean or something?
Not in this area,
Gonna need
but
it.
you would.
I'm gonna need
But in the fabric and
Sorry,
fashion
very
district,
chill.
there would be.
Got it.
That's what I won in the end.
Like that's all that matters.
But it's
I'll
not,
take
that's
a
kind of
loss
out.
for a
It's
win.
one street over.
Got it. We might want to get her cleaned up before the feast tonight.
I don't know. I think it's a good accent on her. It accentuates your white hair. It matches. Sorry, I can't help myself.
How about you, Amano? Are you looking for anything in particular?
I think I've got good equipment right now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you're scouting for... So, the thing about the city, right, is that the closer they are to the circle, like the main square, the more expensive stuff is. The higher quality stuff is. So, for example, that plate that you were looking at, the one that, like, the captain wore, is not typical plate. It's going to be more expensive than a typical plate. But as you start getting toward the residential district with the cross street, things kind of start to like level out, and they're a little more toward what would be considered a market median of 1,500 gold for a full set of plate mail. Whereas if you were to go to that one up at the front, you're looking at like 10 grand for a full plate. Whereas the chest plate's probably like 3 grand on its own. So stuff like that. These aren't the highest quality. They're kind of janky. But, you know, they're plate.
It's something.
Like, there's nothing special about them. They just look like standard issue military plate armor.
Well, if I can't get a cleanup, I might invest in something slightly more expensive. I want to roll a perception check to see if I got my eye on anything specific that might be important or special. 1.
She's suddenly black.
It's a natural one.
Yes, my eyes suddenly melt out of my skull. apparently. I can't even see.
Indiana Jones style.
Not quite. But with a 1, you become transfixed on one thing. It's a little pendant that one of these blacksmiths has. And you recognize it as so not only is it the 11-pointed star, but it is inside the 11-pointed star is the emblem of the city guard of Straybridge, where your father resides.
Daddy.
I want to go and pick it up and investigate it further. Can I roll again to do that?
Sure. Roll investigation.
11 and plus 0.
It's not very high quality metal. It looks like it's actually been made out of probably scrap metal. But it does look like somebody's taken the time and care to really polish it and buff it. It's got some really nice like forging lines. Like the metal is very well layered. But it's not very high quality metal.
I admire hard work over material any day.
As you're examining it, a very young man, most likely still in his mid-teens, comes out. He's just coated in soot, and he's got like a big burn mark on his left arm, and he's got a leather apron on. He's not your typical blacksmith. He's not like the ripped blacksmith. He's very scrawny.
I'm going to gently put my hand on his shoulder and ask, "Boy, did you make this?"
He looks down at it. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
It's some fine work.
Thank you.
I like it very much. How much is it selling for?
1 gold and 2 silver.
1 gold and 2 silver. I'll tell you what. I'll throw in an extra piece of silver. And when I come back later, a couple months from now, I want to see you make some really fine work.
Definitely try.
I want you to put in the most work you've ever put into any project you have ever done. and I want to see something fantastic. Do you understand?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
9. And then my
Roll it again.
persuasion is +4
And
roll it
with
again.
advantage, with it.
with advantage. 3. So I'll take the 9.
13.
12. 9 plus
9 plus 3.
3.
12.
So 12.
No, 4. Sorry.
9 plus 4.
Oh, it is.
4. My
No, that's
perception is 4.
13. Okay.
So he kind of goes. Just to put it in perspective, really quick. A copper is like a $1 bill, a silver is like a $10 bill, and a gold is a $100 bill. So you're kind of asking him to do this for $10.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
Oh no, I'm upping the price. I'm throwing
You're
it
giving
extra.
him
I'm
10
trying to
extra
To
encourage
encourage him to improve his work.
I see what
not
you're
to
saying.
like make her something
Like,
new.
it's
She's like,
more of
I'm
a-
paying extra for this because I believe in
I
what
see
you
what you're saying.
can
You're
do.
tipping.
because I like his work so much, and I love the fact that it's not about what it's made of, but about how hard he worked on it.
Okay.
I
And
know,
your
it's
persuasion
just
was
gonna make me
13?
Yeah.
You said 13?
Yeah, 13.
Oh, he's inspired. He's like, this beautiful woman just handed me an extra silver. I mean, he's like a 16-year-old boy.
Yes.
Right? Like anybody of like your character's stature says that to him, he's gonna be like, "Yes, ma'am." Like, so he's like, "Well, thank you," and he slides a little piece of paper behind it and hands it to you.
And then I just say, I'll take the sentiment.
Paper.
I can't wait for you to make my armor one day. And I leave.
As you're leaving, roll perception. Anybody who was within
I've stolen the whole
anybody who was within 10 feet of the booth, please roll perception.
I would
didn't
have
get a
gone to the
solo
booth
episode.
with her looking around at the stock.
And I'm not apparently not
17.
allowed out of
Do
their
I-
sight. So
I got a 10
Oh,
and it's a straight 10.
perception.
6.
So I don't have any bonus.
13,
19.
12. Technically.
6.
Okay. So who got above 15?
Me.
Pretty much everyone that isn't gonna say things.
So
We just look at each other.
as you're
I don't know what's
as you turn to walk away, you hear a commotion from behind the curtain in the stall. Because you've been able to hear the normal forge and hammers and stuff like that going on, but what you hear is, "Boy, were you out there talking to customers again?"
Stick
Would
up
be
my
good.
head 'cause
I'm running in there.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm
we
running
go
in there.
We
there.
hear that and all of us just
No,
like,
they didn't hear it though. We're the only ones.
Sweet
who heard
boy.
it.
You're going to the
ah,
murder.
shit.
And we're not stopping to tell. I'm sorry, I'm not stopping to tell.
No.
We're about to go.
You're in the middle of
beat some
stealing
ass.
something and you like drop it.
I know. I'm reaching for something and I go.
Do we notice that at least they're
Yeah, of course.
Oh, so we both
My eyes are on you.
Yeah, you
I-
probably think that I'm trying to dip.
I look at you, then I look at them, I'm like,
We should.
The short ones leap over the stall.
Yeah, we
front,
just
like,
like vault over and
Yeah.
throw back the curtain.
Naturally, just run in there. Just naturally.
rush in.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't hurt small boy.
So
What do we see when we enter?
as you two enter, because you're coming in first, what you see is the young boy that just sold the item on the ground, on his knees, holding his face like this, and the master of the forge with a pair of tongs in his hand. It looks like he just backhanded the boy.
So we're all in this room now?
No, it's just us right now. Because
Okay.
you walked ahead of us.
So you're saying he burned the boy?
No, he just smacked,
just
the
smacked
boy
him with
across
the-
the
With
head.
big
Fucking
hot fucking
metal
tongs.
tongs.
They're with hot tongs, right? Were they hot?
No, they were not hot.
They're
They were
still
just
metal
tongs.
tongs.
I mean, I'm not justifying
But
it.
forged
But I have a
tongs
water
usually,
skin. I would use it if he
forged
burned.
tongs usually are put in
Right,
the fires, so they're
There's
fresh.
like a stand of other items that was next to him. That some of them are still swinging as you guys enter.
Got it.
So he just grabbed it and backhanded the boy with it.
So I'm full on sprinting at this man.
So
And
you guys are in there first, so you get to act before they get in, but you get one action before they get into the.
can I feel like this is like I don't know if this is gonna work. I guess I have to ask your permission and then I have to roll for it. Would it be alright if I had previously attempted to steal the manacles?
Yeah, I think that's
It's a
fine.
sleight of hand.
Alright, roll a
I think
retroactive
that's
sleight of
fine.
hand.
With advantage.
No.
You're being, if anything, it would be disadvantaged because you're being watched by 4 people.
Yeah, but 2 of them are on my side, so like, baby advantage?
No.
Baby, baby.
Regular advantage.
Fine.
No.
5.
5?
But she was
Okay.
distracted. She was looking at the thing.
They're in her pouch, like her hip pouch.
It's intimate. It's close.
What's in my
okay?
explorer's pack?
Rope.
It should say on your character sheet.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking. So I've charged at this man in an attempt to catch him off guard and take him down.
Okay. So
Just
you're doing
I'm sprinting and
Just
then I am
tackling
launching
it.
my
like a running tackle.
running tackle
Okay.
at this man.
Roll an unarmed attack against an unarmed man.
Also, quick question: is it an open flame or is it a covered?
No, it's a forge. So it's underneath. It's in like a little like smokestack with a door.
Understood.
Door's
So, but
closed.
it is an open pit.
Quick question.
Inside.
How many
So
times can I
think
use
of
this per day?
like a
cantrip.
wood fire stove.
Yeah.
Like a pizza
Where
oven.
there's a big door that you can open and it's just hot ass coals
think,
with you stick
We're about
Have
to
you guys
fucking
seen
make
Sweeney
pizza.
Todd?
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Sweeney Todd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine the pie thing.
Got
the
it.
boiler room.
Okay, so 13. What am I rolling?
Unarmed
Any
attack.
bonuses? Strength.
Plus your strength.
15.
Okay.
Do I get a surprise advantage or anything? Like
No, I mean, 15 is enough. He's not wearing armor or
Okay.
anything. So
I just didn't know if I was gonna be able to take him down because I'm small.
Because with the momentum, basically
With the
you goat charge him.
You sweep his
Your,
leg.
Yes.
your horns just hit him in the gut, and he kind of like slides back on the dirt and stuff that's underneath.
Do I take him down though?
No, but you wrap your arms around him, and he is grappled.
Can I do a follow-up charge jump to the head?
Stand on my fucking
See-
shoulders.
yeah, like
This is
jump
your,
off
this
her
is your
shoulders
one action
up to-
before they enter the back room.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
To
Like
take
a jump
this guy
drop
down.
kick.
We're gonna
Like a jump
midget fight
kick.
this guy.
Double team.
He attacks our child.
Little person fight,
Yes,
please.
sorry.
Oh my god.
Go for it. Roll an unarmed attack.
Okay, we'll get him. We'll get 18.
Oh god.
And because,
Plus-
well, and this is because he is grappled. You do get advantage.
Oh, excellent. 18. Still.
Okay.
Plus your strength?
Oh, plus my strength is 2, so it'll be 20.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's. You've got
knocked him down.
you are balls to mouth, like wrapped around his face, and he is now going down. I need both of you to roll d4s, please.
There it is.
Pyramid. 1.
3.
He takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage from hitting the ground.
Fall down.
He takes more from you because he tasted your
This is our first battle.
nether
We
regions
won't
a
go
little.
there.
He
And
gets
it's over
psychological
social.
damage.
Remember,
Look at us.
the law.
Look
The
at
law.
us.
We have manacles
Okay,
already.
so as you guys run in, you see this man with a pair of forge tongs in his hand, falling backwards with a small tiefling wrapped around his gut and a gnome wrapped around his head, just falling backwards.
Like freaking Diddy Kong.
And then we also see, I'm guessing, the child with the face.
and now he's let go. He's let go of his face, and he's got a gash across his face right here. Goes right under his eye and across his nose.
Can I intimidate him?
Who?
Who?
The guy.
He's already
the one
down.
His
on the
face
ground.
is covered.
Yeah,
We can't
there's no
see-
need for intimidation.
Exactly.
So I walk in. I walk in just like, oh, buddy.
But you don't know what happened. You don't know why we charged. You didn't
Roll-
hear anything.
Should I?
Roll insight,
Okay.
and you as well. Roll insight. Everybody who's coming in second, roll insight.
7.
We're just
And I have no
laying
bonus.
there.
12.
Why? I have -1 to insight,
His hair.
so I'm like 4.
Oh, plus
right
2
now.
insight. I'm sorry. So 9.
9.
That's all right.
You kind of get the idea.
With the 12, do I understand?
you're putting the picture together.
Okay.
The DC was 13.
Okay.
But
I rush over to the boy.
right. So the idea has kind of formed in your heads.
I'm going to.
Except for you, you're like, what's going on?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm like, someone got smacked. That happens all the time.
Manacles.
Happens all the time.
Boom.
I catch him and I walk over to
I cop throw, he cop
the
catches.
triplet on the ground. And I kind of stand over them, trying to decide which one I want to put the handcuffs on.
And so as you do so you guys both have made an action. You walked over to the boy.
Yeah.
You're walking over with manacles to the man. What last one, Amano? What are you doing?
Okay. I failed not knowing what. Should I catch on now and try to roll again?
As they do their various things, it kind of
It clicks.
Okay.
clicks in
So,
your head.
do you want to assist with the wrestle match, or do you want to assist with the taking care of the small child?
He's like 16.
The 16-year-old boy.
Same as Johnny.
I'll go over with I'll go over to Katie and see what's going on.
I'm going to
with the
call
boy.
this child Johnny.
The boy.
Do you have a kit?
You realize he's in
Anything
chat,
in it?
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I'll go over to Katie. I'll go over to Katie.
Vanati.
Vanati. Yeah.
All right. So now, because you caught this man off guard, you all got your turn. Now he gets a turn. He puts his hands around your hips
My belly.
and lifts around and goes, "Guards! Guards!"
Where are the guards? bitch?
Yes.
And now he can see you. He had gnome in his face.
I'm holding the boy, but I am looking at him, and I am like livid. You can tell I'm filled with rage. He
I'm being
realizes that
attacked.
there is no savior here for him.
I'm being attacked. Help!
I crouch down next to his head. I kind of push the gnome off, and I get like directly in his face.
I'm not letting go. I'm doing all in my power to hold this man to the ground.
I get directly in his face, and I ask him, "Why are you being attacked?"
Fuck if I know. These two ran into my tent and attacked me. No warning or anything.
I'm going to grab the tongs from his hands,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to put them on his neck, look him in the eyes, and say, "Why?"
Intimidation.
Yeah, intimidation. Go for it.
14 plus 5,
19.
19.
We are really helping this small child.
We love this boy.
We're taking this child.
We love
Yeah, I
this
bet.
boy.
Wow. As you do so, he rolled really well. As you do so, he grabs the tongs and literally just rips them apart.
What
Like
the
the
Did he
pin-
get like a nat 20? Wow.
The pin that was holding them together literally just.
This guy's a monster.
I mean,
We have to destroy him.
I didn't get a really
Child
a
abuser
chance to
and a
describe him. He's typical blacksmith.
Okay.
He's big dude.
But
He's thick boy.
we
succeeded.
thick boys.
Did.
True.
I think
So
more.
he
No.
takes the
In a
tongs that you're
different
using,
kind
just
of thing.
breaks them open, and sits up. Roll strength to hold on to him.
Can
He's
I-
gonna, like, push you away.
Can I calm
what
the
I was
situation
doing,
down because I'm noble and I can be like, hey, you did something wrong.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna roll to
sending
see if
you-
I
Sorry,
have
give me
calmed
1
down
second.
yet.
Sure.
Don't be like,
I have not calmed down yet.
Corbin is still
I'm not-
biting in the corner.
So while she's doing that, he kind of like sits up. She's still around his waist.
What is entangle?
Should tell you in your spell cards.
Yeah,
Like these ones?
those should have entangled.
There's not entangle.
There should have been some in the back of your packet that should have a description of what they do.
There it is.
So he's kind of like sitting up and he brushes himself off and he goes, I was having a heated conversation
Wait,
with...
did he stand up and brush himself off?
No, he's sat up.
Oh.
You're still around his waist, but he's sitting up now. I was having a heated conversation with my legally bought indentured servant.
Oh. Okay. Here we go. It's
Okay.
starting.
So, may I?
Is
May I cast entangle?
In this case, I will let you, since we didn't go over your prepared spells before we started.
Yes.
But add that to your prepared spell list.
Okay.
what does it do?
Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground in the ground in the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area when you cast the spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. The creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. When the spell ends, the conjured plants wilt away. Now, before I cast this, if you are allowing me to cast it, I am making everybody in the vicinity aware. I'm just telling everybody to get back.
It's a very small, forge area.
Through my rage.
At the most, they're going to be
Wait,
able to get probably 10 feet away from you.
Also, I don't know if any of us would back off in time for you to cast it.
True.
She's further away though. She's with the kid.
She's probably about 10 feet away from you with the kid.
But you said this guy skidded back.
Yeah.
So we should be further away if he actually skidded like that.
Like I said, it's not a very big room. It's like a 30 by 30 room. Mm-hmm. So probably I'd say the kid and Vanati are about 15 feet from you.
Well,
because he was right at like 2 to 3 feet from the door.
Should I set this up accordingly?
It's alright.
Have the.
It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay.
It's a lot of rounds of combat.
Huh?
It's a lot of rounds.
We're not really in
combat.
Right
Yeah.
We're not. But I'm just saying. I could, as a obviously druid, am I allowed to just cease the spell?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still holding on to this guy, intensely. Can I look over at Vanati and the boy?
Sure.
Baby, I need you to get back, and I need you to trust me. Just this once. Just this once.
Alright.
Okay.
No promises.
All she has to do is
happen
take a
him
5 foot.
afterwards.
She just has to step back.
Do they always speak this calmly when
I pick up the boy.
Okay.
I take him with me.
He's scrawny. Yeah. He's kind of whoop.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. You can cast a spell.
I cast Entangle.
All right.
around here.
What's your spell save DC? It should be on your spell sheet.
I've been a noble, but I've been
Very top.
treated as I think
Where
Your
am I?
spell
I
sheet.
know.
With my spell sheet.
Slavery.
Spell save DC is a 12.
12. Roll the 14. So he's slowed, and he can't the only thing he can do is stand up. But again,
it's a strength save.
Yeah. He rolled a 14.
Gosh, this is the most powerful
Okay.
shopkeeper.
Do we need to make a save as well?
Anybody who's in the
Yeah.
vicinity does, yes.
If you want to move, but
The only person who doesn't is the only people who don't are Vanati and Amano because they are over with the kid.
do I as well?
No.
Okay.
It's your spell.
Take care of business.
So,
Like, hey, it's okay, kid.
I got a 15.
Let's go get
but
you.
he's still slow,
Got an
right?
11.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta keep.
He's kind of now he's starting to push you off and start to get up.
He's struggling, but I'm still holding. They're still holding him in place.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
By law, you need to arrest her and him.
Abuse is still a crime.
Is it against?
So
is
now
it
he's challenging.
lawful to own a slave?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's unlawful to fucking abuse people.
At
Well, in
this
this time,
point,
it might
my
not be,
orcish
but-
rage
No,
is
but
taking
it's
over.
still- it's still
This
unlawful
is
to
an
do
exception
somebody.
for
Yeah.
not thinking about the law.
But,
in this
but
moment.
still, it's abuse.
Yes.
True, but I would think in this time period,
Though it
abuse
is
isn't
lawful,
really
it's
something that's protected.
morally wrong.
It's morally
morally
wrong.
wrong.
So yeah, I'm overriding it for the morally wrong.
And I look
factor,
at you.
because I have orcish rage right now. I'm pissed.
Everybody else are you all entangled?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
So
I got a
since I'm not
15,
affected, I pulled out my rope
fine.
and I look at you.
Oh, I'm fine.
And I hold my rope up
I'm on that tank.
and I begin to attempt to tie this man, just his legs together.
Okay.
I just want to just restrain him in a way that I know I can. I'm
And-
not trying to
okay.
fight this man's hands together.
Okay. Well, it is 4:05.
Mm.
That is where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We'll
Perfect.
take 15 minutes, and then we will be right back. Please don't go anywhere. We're going to take 15 minutes, get a drink, go to the bathroom, and then we'll be back.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll see,
See you guys
few
in a
minutes.
bit.
Bye.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, returning to where we were. Papreyka was going to tie up the blacksmith.
Yeah, like just around his ankles.
The normal way.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, not Shibari tying him. I'm just regular tying him.
I'm gonna say, go ahead and give me a survival check because survival is handling rope.
9. Impeccable.
Can I assist since I'm right there?
Is that with your bonus? Your survival
Yes.
bonus? Okay. Sure. So roll with advantage because he's assisting.
May I also try to manacle this man?
Yeah, because he has the manacles.
Yeah, let's let her finish first,
Okay.
and then we'll see.
I'll stick with a 9, thanks.
Okay. So what do you want to say as you're manacling him?
Assault is not taken lightly in this city. We will determine the case at the correct time, but currently you are the one under suspicion. You need to come with us to the warden's house.
This is an outrage. This is the way it's done in this city.
No, you, sir, are an outrage.
Roll intimidation.
Anyone.
Angie.
Cool. I am.
You're just watching with this boy like, alright.
Okay, I got 11,
Cradling small
and
boy.
my intimidation is 5, so
Screen and confirm that for me.
16.
Which
Oh.
one? The 20?
Yeah.
Did you nat 20 that?
Again?
This
Oh.
blacksmith
this
is
guy's
really
with
good at
you.
rolling.
Are you using the blood splatter dice? Shit.
Oil bean.
Everyone
I
uses
just bought
those.
them and they've been rolling amazing all night.
We
Oh,
knew
no.
that those were supreme dice.
Yeah.
I said they're not my aesthetic, so I didn't want to buy them for myself.
You should
They
have.
were
All right.
mine.
All right.
So, what do you say, first of all?
I've had my mask on most of this time, so I've been a little scary.
Right.
And now I'm ripping it off and making another throw for intimidation.
I'll allow that.
Cool.
With advantage because he's surprised.
Do I
Yes.
tie his legs up? No.
His legs are
Okay.
tied.
He starts stepping out of the rope as you're trying to tie it
12.
Again.
So 17.
Advantage, you said?
with advantage.
So roll again.
Oh, so roll again?
You might get more.
No.
Never mind.
So it would be 17. What?
You roll
Crazy.
motherfucker.
Can I attempt intimidation?
So give him.
I'm so mad right now,
Sorry,
I'm
I
not
don't
even
mean
gonna
to-
talk to you.
So you take your mask off and get in his face. Doesn't flinch.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
As you get close, you can see over one of his eyes there's a very fine scar that goes all the way through his right eye. And
How very key
He's
villain.
seen some
He's seen some
things.
shit. Well,
he's been in
he's
some
not seeing
brawls,
it
is
so
what I'm
much
trying to
anymore.
get at.
Yeah.
He's got
Well,
little scars all over his
I
Experience.
disengage without backing down, in a way. It's like, I'm like,
You stop pursuing.
I say I'm going to have
a word with whoever's in charge around here. Finger wagging, no hurt boy.
I'm leaving it open to anybody else first.
Okay,
In
I
case
was
anybody
going
else.
to try to manacle this man.
Right.
Well, I've calmed down.
Because I declared
Wow.
that this needs to be determined in a court of law, and this is not the correct place to determine this, and he was the one who began the assault.
He's going to pull his arm away and go, I will take myself with you.
I don't trust that.
And he just kind of puts his hands, crosses his arms and says, then lead me to the captain's chambers.
So be it.
He's got an inn somewhere. I just feel it.
You know what? I think we can work with that. Because when he
Alright.
steps out of line, the punishment.
Oh no, my hand is
Greater.
blade and shield
Oh,
is
no,
out now.
I'm just saying I feel like he has an in with somebody in law enforcement. And that's
Oh,
why
and
he's
that's fine.
he's so fine.
I'll see to it that justice is done.
So I will call back and tangle.
Okay. You see she kind of how do you cast and dismiss your spells?
I put a hand while I was on him. I put a hand to the ground and just breathed really kind of blew pushed all my energy into it. Not all, but a decent amount of energy into it. And then I just kind of dismiss it when it's done. It's a big wave.
So as she stands up off of the blacksmith, she waves her hand, and the thorns and the vines just turn to dust.
Don't breathe that in, kids. It's probably not too good for you.
And he says, "You can observe me. I'm going to grab my papers." He has his hands in the air, and he goes over to like a little cabinet that he has in the corner.
I've got my hand on my
He
sword.
opens it up.
Oh, me too.
And you can
We're
see
ready.
that there's a bunch of files. I mean, they're not really. It's parchment, stacked up parchment, right? He flips through it a little bit, goes aha, and grabs a couple of pieces of paper and rips them out, looks at them, rolls them up, and puts them in his tunic, and goes, "Now we can go."
I'm going to walk over to Johnny, and I'm going to grab him.
He hasn't introduced himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
to the boy.
To the boy, and I'm going to kind of grab him by the face and look at the scar and cast Lay on Hands.
Okay. How many points are you going to put into it?
How many do you?
How bad does it look?
Yeah.
It's deep.
Okay.
Okay, so I will.
I'm still
This
holding
big,
and comforting as
bulky
he's
man
healing.
took a pair of iron things and hit him across the face with it. So it and
Probably
it's,
crushed him
and there was
down.
sharp steel, sharp iron too. So as it came across, it cut. It doesn't look like anything's crushed or broken, but there's a lot of blood on his
face cuts usually do that. So I guess I'm going to expend all 5.
All 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay. The wound begins to heal, but doesn't heal all the way, so there's still trickles of blood kind of coming out the corners.
And then I
He
would.
took a lot of damage from that strike.
Yeah, I bet.
I rolled a d12 and I rolled max damage. He took a lot of damage from that strike. The fact that he's not outright dead is a miracle.
Strong kid.
Do we have any like clean cloth or anything of the sorts?
I have.
I have hempen.
I will need these replaced eventually, but I have an extra pair of
medicine?
clothes and a costume in my bag.
For a cleric, you get heals.
Ah, right.
Yeah, Corbin, I was like waiting this whole
Looking for
time.
him.
They're in your spell sheet.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I have some too. But
You know, I gotta go and read the ones.
there's so many
Alright,
things.
so-
Do they have any
As-
healing cantrips?
I
He
believe
doesn't have an explanation sheet.
Oops.
Is it mixed into someone else's?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
it's you have the cards.
Oh, yeah, so I gotta go back and...
Here,
okay,
which one
here
are you
we
going to
go.
use? Because we have some similar ones.
Cure Wounds sounds like a good one.
I think I have Cure Wounds.
You should.
I have Cure Wounds. Let me find it for you.
Alrighty, I'll cast Cure Wounds on the rest of this kid.
Okay.
Okay, Cure Wounds. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the healing increases by 1d8 for each slot above first level.
So D8.
We're gonna. Should we? You could heal him and use your spell slot, but we also have another paladin in our party.
That's true.
I also can heal as well.
That's true, but cantrip versus first level.
Exactly.
You mean ability versus first level?
Ability versus first level, yeah.
I mean, because you regain those after a short rest.
Yeah.
It's not like spell slots where you have to sleep a whole long rest.
I'd say since she's comforting him, I
would.
would kind of look towards her as I'm healing him with my lay on hands, and kind of
I'll contribute.
after seeing that it didn't
Even
heal all the way.
It
So
looks like
as you begin the cast,
Yeah.
the somatic part of lay on hands, and you like gather the energy, and you go to put it, he kind of grabs your wrist and goes, "David, we're gonna need it."
Oh.
I'll back off and I'll go.
This kid's
Clever
smart.
boy.
Yeah, if we heal
Clever
through.
boy.
I knew I liked you.
I'll just give you a little bit of info. If you hadn't given him the extra silver, he would have let you do it.
I told y'all being a good person is good for you.
So
Like I didn't just fucking ram my head into somebody.
Well, after stealing a bunch of shit.
You have no proof.
So I'm guessing we're gonna head over to the courthouse now.
How are we
Now we're
flanking
going
this
to the
man?
courthouse.
Oh,
He's
He's
walking
walking on his
freely.
own
I
accord.
know.
yeah, he's walking
but-
freely. I have my hand on my sword and
We're
my shield
prepared.
prepped.
I've got small child on one of my shoulders.
There you
and
go.
my hand
I
on
think
the-
being how the justice is law, but there needs to be some way around it in certain cases. I'm going to probably look to be and hey, papers.
Papers? Understood.
Let me winks.
Oh, where's my crow? Because I didn't send him off forever. Like, did
Well,
he?
yeah, you can just summon him whenever.
Okay,
It,
well-
it takes 1 minute to summon your familiar.
So you can pretty much summon them as we're walking.
Okay, do I have like a whistle or something that's
Summon familiar is like a
crow
spell.
whistle, like a fucking sky
That when
bison
you take
whistle?
the familiar, basically I gave you the familiar trait.
Mm-hmm.
It just as you walk, you just like you draw like a little symbol in your hand.
Like
Familiar-
an invisible kind of symbol. Like
Oh, no, you have to actually physically draw. You have to draw the spell circle, and then you do it, and then.
And get your little mud chuck.
I just get some dirt straight off the ground. I'm like,
Yeah.
That makes sense for a druid.
Yeah, exactly. Some soot.
and then that and all that. And then I am going to. What would I do? I guess it would be a performance.
For what?
I would like to try to tell this man that I'm sorry, that I misunderstood.
That's not performance. That's deception.
That's straight up
Deception?
deception.
Oh well, good. I have a
Lying
higher
girlfriend.
bonus.
You lying.
I have a higher bonus. I'd like to say, sir, I think you were in the right. I didn't know that he was your indentured servant. and I was in the wrong. And tried to just get
She's
closer
playing
to him.
cool.
Roll it.
13 plus 6. 19.
Another 20.
No.
Corbin.
Are you kidding me?
Lift the box, please. I don't see it. Wait.
Corbin doesn't see it. It's not there.
20.
You need to use different dice.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, my
Secret tunnel.
I will switch
Every
dice.
time.
Switch it with B.
Loaded
Yeah,
dice.
here, no. Use this
Loaded
one.
dice.
She
Use
needs
this
the
die.
bloody murder
No.
dice.
Give me the bloody
My
murder die.
dice are a little better than yours.
We did determine it wasn't the dice, it was the dice mat.
It's well, no, it's the table.
If
It's
I
still
just rolled
slanted.
a 20
I will
and I
switch
want
to
to
my
tell Lemmy
metal
Wings
heavy dice?
my new
Okay.
heavy dice.
to go hop
I'm
in his
also
pocket with the paper.
I'm
Just
also distracting them. Well, but he would have even he only beat me by 1, and yes, I know it's a nat 20,
Right,
but,
but-
I'm still.
It's
not fully convincing, but at least it's some.
That's
it's
exactly
an
what I was
inkling.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Is that
You're distracting him.
He can tell that you're kind of like buttering him up for some reason. He doesn't quite like.
But he hasn't quite caught on.
Hasn't quite caught on, but he's like, damn right you are.
Can I? Is my crow flying overhead?
Your crow is actually currently in your hand
Oh.
because you summoned it in your hand.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm just kind of holding it. I'm just kind of, I'm holding my crow. I'm just gonna finish up my part really quick and then, free reign.
Totally.
I'm walking next to this man now. Holding my crow, and I kind of, where are you in our formation?
Oh, I'm just behind you guys.
Okay, so I kind of look over my shoulder at you, and I look at your shoulder where I'm assuming Lemmings is, and I kind of just go.
He's in the vestments.
Yes,
Yeah.
I kind of just go with my crow, and I keep and I turn back to the man, and that's it.
Can I roll perception to see if I'm seeing or paying attention to any of this? I do have a small child that I am like in love with on my shoulder.
What I was gonna say was
You have him
as you were
thrown over your
leaving the
shoulder.
blacksmith,
my new son.
the blacksmith stall,
My brother.
he tapped you on the shoulder and started getting out of your arms. And is now walking beside you.
So he's, okay,
This
cool.
boy
But we're
needs
holding
to
hands
I healed him
because I
enough.
care about him.
I healed
A
him
lot.
enough where he can walk on his own, but he's still bleeding.
Yeah. He's still very hurt.
Yeah,
But can I
he's-
roll perception just to see if I'm at all noticing them or if I'm too busy taking care of kid?
Are you walking alongside them, or within 5 feet of them?
I mean, I'm walking
We're
with
all
the
in
kids,
a
so
group.
we're all basically
Okay, yeah.
together.
It's
But
a
we're
posse.
probably dropped back a bit because the kid's gonna walk slower. He's got
Sure.
shorter
Yeah.
legs.
Roll perception.
So 16, okay. Plus 0, so straight 16.
Okay. You notice that they're kind of silently conversing through motions and eye contact. Roll insight.
I don't think I have any plus insight.
No.
18.
You
Okay.
do have insight.
You're right. I have plus 2.
So modified 20.
Yes.
It looks like a bird.
Orren and Papreyka, could you roll stealth for me, please?
13?
Oh,
Oh, 14.
19.
what did you guys roll?
14.
14?
19.
Yeah. So, she's hiding it really well. Paprika's hiding it really well. She's kind of playing it off as almost kind of being flirty.
Yep.
Kind of
Ew, no.
but then
No,
Apologetic.
I retcon that shit
okay,
hard.
being apologetic.
Okay.
Yeah, ew.
She's being sappy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it was. That's
yeah.
the word I was looking for.
She's
She's happy. Sorry.
snugging up to the guy to.
I'm being, understanding. Like, I'm
yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry.
yes.
I'm so sorry, Donald Trump.
And,
No politics.
so,
Table rule, mister.
but you do catch Orren kind of going. He, as he realizes what's going on, he kind
Yeah.
of goes. And you notice that he taps his shoulder like you did.
Yep.
Taps his shoulder. It's like
Lemmy Wings is gonna crawl
Alright.
down my body and kind of up the back of the.
can you please roll me Lemmy Wings' stealth?
With no bonuses.
No bonuses.
No bonuses. Lemmy Wings is a mouse.
Does he get a advantage because I am distracting this man?
Please.
Because
Did you already roll the first one?
Yeah.
no, I was asking as he rolled because I'm distracting this man. He should get an advantage. That's the
What
whole
was that
reason
one?
I'm
That
distracting.
one was a 10.
Roll it again.
That's the whole reason I was
Right.
Go, Lemmy
Distracting him.
Winks. 16.
Okay.
It's a bit better.
So he's like, you can see him, but it doesn't seem like the blacksmith has noticed. He's like crawling up his pant leg, not inside, but on the outside.
Yeah. Excellent.
But the blacksmith hasn't noticed.
Does anybody else want to do anything?
I'm basically just taking mental inventory to know what I can use later to my advantage to incriminate him.
Did I notice?
I don't like that he was the first person I tried to intimidate. I'm really good at that, and I didn't do it. So can I intimidate him some more?
You said perception?
Yeah.
Perception plus 2, 21.
21? Alright. It was a little harder because you're kind of walking on the outside.
Yeah.
You and Vanati are kind of like on opposite sides.
But I'm like side-eyeing.
Yeah, as you side-eye, you kind of notice there's like a little bit of motion going up his leg. You can't really, with a 21, just side-eyeing, you don't really make any, like, you don't know for sure what it is.
But something.
But you see there's something crawling up his pant leg. Did you want to try and do anything?
Yeah, I want to intimidate this guy. I want to get up in his face. I want to be like, you're not going to live this down. You're going to rue the day you ever treated anyone like...
You don't have to roll intimidation for that. Because he just looks at you and goes...
I want to be intimidated!
I'm scared!
No!
Can I do thaumaturgy to while he's intimidating shake the ground?
Corbin's helping.
You can make it sound like the ground. You can't actually shake the ground.
Can I shake the ground?
Harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
If it's in, by all means, go for it.
For 1 minute while he's
Yeah.
giving his yelly
so
speech.
first, tell me how you cast it.
I'm just gonna.
Alright, well, I'm
lightly
distracting
start
by
while I'm
threatening.
walking. I'll like start
Rolling
tapping my
dice, right?
feet, and my sigil will start to glow, and then slowly the tremors will start
And he's
growing
behind me.
Yeah.
with my little tiny footsteps.
And I'm intimidating him right now, so
Okay.
it's like the world's shaking around
Roll
him.
intimidation.
Okay, never mind. I'll
He's
roll
so
it again.
excited.
I got an 18, but I'll
We're
roll
all
it again.
supporting your dream right now.
16. Get him. Plus 5. That's 21.
21. All right. Oh, that's right. You guys
Feel the
don't want
burn.
to use...
Oh,
I did just get a
flicker.
natural 1, though.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay, a flicker of
finally.
spiritual energy kind of glistens off of me. It's like darkness, a little bit.
Are you
He
using-
sees
are you
that.
using
That's what
thermo-
he
Are
sees.
you using because you also have...
You have
thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy? Great.
Well, I do, but yeah, because
You already.
make your
Did
voice
you also want
boomy.
to do that? Because you don't actually have any magic abilities other than the ones from your Tifa.
Do you want to read it?
No, I just
It's a
thought it
pretty
would
cool
be
card.
interesting.
Or-
You
No,
I
can-
already intimidated him. I don't need to
Yeah.
add
What
any
is- what
flair
was your roll again?
to it.
21?
You're already going.
20.
It's
21.
it's
21.
16 plus 5, so it's 21.
21? All right. Here we go.
21.
You guys so much. I hate me too. For the club.
He's intimidated, right? I rolled.
So,
Is this it?
this time you get up in his face and it's just a little flinch.
Okay.
And then he
Breaking
kind
it
of starts to, he slows down because he was walking. He slows down to let you go in front of him a bit. He's like, no.
There's a power play now.
But
I'm
that
doing
also
the
provides
guitar
further
thing. I'm walking in front of
distraction.
him.
Does
Lemmy Winks falls into the pocket during,
Exactly that.
And then you're
during
like,
the tremors.
So he needs to make another stealth check.
Okay.
Yes, but
Because-
with advantage though, because of the distraction
yes.
of the intimidation and the shaking of the ground will make it harder for the man
However,
to feel
he
it.
would have disadvantage because he's going into clothing that he
So
doesn't have anything underneath.
should just
So
be
they cancel
normal.
out.
He
It's
doesn't
just
need to
a,
bring it to us, have him shoot it.
Lemmy
it's
Winks
just a
is going.
straight D20.
Lemmy
Okay.
Winks is doing this.
You know what I'm saying?
Go,
He's
Lemmy
meant for.
Winks.
With an advantage.
Winks,
No?
winks, Lemmy winks,
With
Lemmy
advantage,
winks,
just
Lemmy
advantage
winks,
cancel each
winks,
other out.
winks.
Oh, so I got a 10.
Total?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, Lemmy Winks doesn't have any. Oh, wait,
Lemmy
with
Winks.
advantage or no?
No.
But
Okay.
They cancel
you have
out.
an advantage from the distraction, but a disadvantage because it's a harder roll.
Pockets, yeah.
Because he's going inside his shirt.
Okay.
So,
He's crawling on his chest hairs.
just for reference, using the brass die.
We'll
little-
see
little
how
more
this
fair.
goes.
Okay.
There's a 10, so that's a 50-50.
I swear to God.
Thick.
Let me wings. Please let me wings, please.
Just gonna...
Lemmy Winks disappears, and you can't summon him for another hour.
Okay.
Oh, Corbin.
Should have named him
Oh,
Bojangles.
I'm Bojangles.
Okay. That was a try.
I'm sorry, I rolled a
That's
16.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
it's okay.
understandable.
It was a
It's the game.
middle roll.
Still better than a
What?
nat 20, okay? That means he would be dead.
This guy
Forever.
yeah,
Is
like
he-
an actual monster.
Okay.
If you
He
haven't
dealt
joined the stream for long,
10
this guy's a
straight
monster.
bludgeoning damage to Lemmy-Winks, and Lemmy-Winks just poof. Like, he hit his chest and you felt a little bit of smoke go.
Corbin felt that in his big, and he was like,
He's like, where's the trace of it? So he like opens the shirt, he's like, what was that?
He opens his shirt.
Yeah.
In that very slim time, is it a performance or is it deception to trip in front of
this
him
is
and
awful.
attempt to pickpocket him? Is it performance or deception?
Roll
This
dexterity
guy's
first.
literally just
Dexterity.
ruining our day.
And
We're
then
just trying to
step
get
at
it.
a
You're gonna
time.
have to roll
We're
a sleight of hand at a
against it
disadvantage
more.
because you're directly in front of him.
I know.
taking him.
Wait, if I have Pepper,
I'm gonna ruin your day.
Clawed his eyes.
no, just like land on his shoulder, like flappingly, as I trip because I'm unsteady. My bird isn't gonna want to sit on my shoulder. I'm saying,
He jumps to his shoulder.
IRL, a bird is going to take flight off of somebody's shoulder if they fall. I'm straight up saying that's what would happen.
Yeah, that's right.
I
The
mean,
next
imagining it
closest
going the
perch
other
is
way.
on this man's shoulder.
Okay, let's do it one piece at a time.
I know,
Dexterity
but I
first.
want advantage.
No.
I want advantage for the pickpocketing because he's distracted by this fucking bird flapping around
Then it
his
becomes
shoulder.
just a normal roll for the sleight of hand.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your dexterity first to trip and not.
Actually fall.
Yeah. Well. So dexterity.
Papreyka. 11.
Oh, that's enough.
Can I catch on to him?
Um,
Not what I meant to do, but
if you're
Not
going,
flirting.
If you're going to grab onto him, you need to make a unarmed grapple.
okay. I don't really want to do that. I just want to kind of stumble
So
in
you're
front
kind of
of him,
stumbling.
and then board. Want board
The
to
board.
Okay,
to
so
go flippity flap
Pepper
and
goes
land on
goes
his,
"Ah!" and
And,
like
like-
flies up into his face first, and then
and then onto
shoulder.
his shoulder. But he's still kind of like unsteady because this is a new person. He's like
Roll your sleight of hand.
not advantage.
Not advantage.
Modified 20.
Ooh.
I am also at this time going to go to catch her,
Just in case.
just in case.
Okay.
Just in case I actually fall on the way down.
I'm gonna roll for how loud.
No, come on. This isn't fun.
It's not a 20.
This is brutal.
It's the opposite.
Oh.
This is the most
Really?
Oh, thank God.
So
So in the kerfuffle, he dies.
give me one.
This is what kills this motherfucker. This is what does it.
And then I stand over his body like, good.
Okay. So, the
can't.
reason
I can't.
for that is that he has now grabbed Pepper and is going to yeet him. at the
What?
ground.
We have to murder him.
No, we have to.
I'm a good guy. We have
But-
to murder
No,
this guy.
I am. I've grabbed the papers, haven't I?
Yes.
And my hands are right here under you, by the way.
I want
He's
to.
got Pepper.
I can call Pepper back, can't I?
After an hour, if it's killed.
But I no. But
You
I mean,
can
like,
dismiss it
I can
as a
dismiss
free
it,
action.
can't I? As a free action. As I am falling, I see what he is doing, and I dismiss Pepper, and he just into a puff of smoke.
What is this?
And then I eat the papers. It's the fastest way to permanently dispose of them. I shove these papers into my mouth. And
All right, but you have to.
Roll a contested dexterity check.
What do you mean a contested?
He's trying to take them
He's
as you're
gonna try
eating
to
them.
grab the papers out of your
But
mouth.
can't you? You have caught me with advantage. Can you cover my mouth?
I was trying to have you hand me the papers before he noticed.
I said what I said.
But I
Roll your
love
dexterity
this.
check.
Yeah, this is fucking wild. You're gonna have to reach the percussion.
I'm chewing.
If
I am
Still.
watching
Roll
this,
dexterity
and
check.
I am considering hiring her as part of the guard and convincing her
I
to be
want
a
to
part of the
Can
guard.
I punch
What'd you
him?
roll?
I want to punch him. Like
So you get one of them in your mouth.
go, what
You get one of the
Please
papers.
pray. It's the most important
And
one.
then he grabs the other from you and goes, "Hey, thief!
No,
Why
no.
aren't you arresting her?
I'm so sorry. I just got really hungry and just urges just take
Do
over.
your job!"
She has a name.
I'm
now.
already actually I'm
Yeah,
actually under
She's
under arrest
technically
already.
she's technically under our watch. She has a kind of a problem.
I'm sorry. I just
I don't really.
Deception.
I really like eating
Screws
paper.
loose. Can I assist?
Sure. And this time he takes the paper, folds it and like tucks it into his
Where-
pants.
I would pants this man.
14.
They're incomplete.
I want to accidentally
Okay.
accidentally light his pants on fire.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Exactly.
I
14.
assumed that piece.
3.
We're just trying to
First
get him
is
on
over
board.
badge.
Oh.
I'm just assisting you. I'm just a lot less convincing than you.
No. So 14.
Okay.
He doesn't have all these. I'm just saying. You can make that a point.
Yeah. So maybe we don't have to get rid of him.
And he kind of goes, looks down,
And I'm just like sitting there. I put on a crazy.
You're sitting there like. I honestly just imagined a cute like.
Roll for
No, because they're trying
like
to
a little
explain it
bit
away as
together.
I'm
And
mad.
you're
Yeah. I'm like, you sure you don't want to give me any more? That was really good stuff, man.
what is that parchment made out of?
She's a mineral
Performance?
deficiency.
yeah.
8.
He's like, and he like reaches back into his pants and like pulls the paper and grips it in his hand.
He's holding it
I
tighter
lick
now.
my lips menacingly.
Roll intimidation.
Yes!
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
We're getting all the rolls. Which is
You're,
not bad.
I
you're
love
finally
this. This is so
you're starting to
great.
like break through his outer shell of like confidence.
16.
16 total.
Now he just thinks he's rolling with a bunch
Yeah.
of psychopaths.
We're just-
That's why he's afraid
We're taking him
of
to
us.
the
like-
courthouse and
kinda
we're
like
slowly
looking away
edging
from
his
you.
ego away.
You see him like he like draws the 11-pointed star in his hand. He's like,
Protect me, goddess.
We're breaking through.
Can I just like look at him? Do I hear this? Do I hear what he's saying?
he doesn't actually say it, but he draws the 11-pointed star in his
I
hand.
look at it. I'm like,
At this point, I'm actually like enjoying myself, feeling
Yeah,
like
we're
we've
having
got
a
it
good time.
covered. Like we're just kind of
you're
chilling
vibing
now.
with the boy. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, all right, they can
the
handle
boy
themselves.
amused?
I'm pretty impressed.
He's having a hard time not bursting out.
Their
laughing.
wicked ways are
He-
working.
And the tieflings are like.
Maybe
So you make your way to the captain's quarters again, and this time there's no commotion. You just you walk up to the door.
Cool.
How would you like to? What would you like to do?
I stride up to the door proudly because I have yet a second criminal of the day to turn in. So I'm excited for this.
So as we get to the top of the steps, I'm going to be like, "Hey, I need you to watch our friends here for a second. Me and our noble friend here are going to go prepare the courthouse, if you will."
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds great.
Great idea.
I think we're going to take the boy with us.
Perfect.
Let's take the boy.
So
I
us,
bend down to his level and I just hold his chin and I say, "You take care now, all right? I'll be right out here waiting."
He's only
for
2
you."
inches shorter than you.
he's a tall man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Okay.
lanky.
Well,
This
I
man is-
slightly bend my torso
Wait.
down to him.
He's his,
Hold his chin and go, "I'll be right out here waiting for you. You'll be safe, all right?"
so us
He
three.
kind
you
of
made
goes.
it more accurate to me.
Yeah.
So
And then I go, "Good lad."
Good.
so we
Good
walk
boy,
in. We're
crack,
walking
crack.
inside. You're coming too, right?
Yes.
All right. So we go inside. Hey,
I'm staying outside.
How much extra gold do you think you got?
I got enough. Trust me, I got enough.
All right. Instead of going to the courthouse, I'm gonna beeline straight for the immigration / table.
Dude, but I'm okay. Like that's good, but also kind of like a noble.
Wait, so you're entering the guard
Gotta talk.
chamber where you met Stayn earlier.
Yes.
Well, we didn't go in.
Well, no, we're going into the city hall area.
Oh, you're going into the
see.
into the
I'm
Harvemaster's office?
leading us three
Yes, that's
into
where-
the office where we can buy him citizenship.
Ah,
Oh
okay.
dear lord,
I see what
I
you're
love
saying.
it.
You're a
So you
legend.
three and the
Creepy
The
mean
old
people
guy.
are
man.
going to meet Captain Stayn.
Creepy mean
Got it.
man.
So let's do that first.
Okay.
And
Put
then
me in the
we'll get to you
manacles.
guys.
Put me in the manacles
So,
right now.
Yeah.
are you gonna knock or are you just gonna enter?
First, Vanati's gonna put me in the manacles.
Oh, I
Yeah.
retcon. I gave him back. Let's just.
Just to make
I
the whole
assume-
thing,
I assume
just to
that.
make the whole thing more convincing, I'm gonna make sure it seems like I'm doing my job, and there's no way that.
When she started acting crazy, I was like,
Yeah.
And I willingly did it. And put them on.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not going to knock because I
I
am
work
in my
here.
fully clad armor / I work here. So I triumphantly open the door, and I'm like 1 foot in front of the other, like, yeah,
you didn't-
second
you
one
didn't
of the
knock?
day. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't knock.
No, I'm totally okay with this blowing up in my face because it's my character.
Look at me, I brought criminals.
I brought in
So
I wasn't ready for that. I thought you were gonna knock.
who?
Well, I'm proud of myself today.
So who's the harbor master?
Sir!
It's not the harbor master. It's Captain Stayn.
So who's Captain?
He's not.
Fucking.
He's practicing for his performance tonight.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
Perfect.
He's
You
in
probably
the antechamber, which is the bathroom area.
And I just stop and I go,
I'm sorry,
let him
I'm
finish.
hearing this.
Yeah.
Um,
I just like stand next to you and I'm just kind of like playing with the manacles, kind of like just
and
jangling.
then you notice something. His armor is on the bench.
Oh.
We gonna see some
Captain
Nikes.
Stayn.
We should go.
The singing stops and you hear the door open.
Announce yourself.
I turn around, realizing that I am a dork. Just
My hands are
myself.
hands by my
still
side,
on my manacles.
and I tap her to turn around, like turn around.
Okay, I listen. I'm just like following her orders at this point. I'm not trying to. We have a common goal. at
Yeah,
this
we're
point.
definitely both. Captain Stayn, sir.
to the wall.
Don't you knock anymore!
I thought that you would like to know that we've brought in yet another criminal for the day,
You
sir.
hear like cloth rustling and clanking. He's like hurriedly
So
like
did the
putting
mean
on.
man see the captain naked?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's just like, we get this over with, please.
Yes, sir.
You're like, really
So,
wish you didn't hit us like now,
A
huh?
few minutes later, the captain has put on all of his clothes.
Yeah.
He's left most of his armor off, but he has his immaculate chest plate. I didn't describe it earlier, but it is this really ornate red painted steel. It's not even red painted; it's like red anodized almost steel with golden inlays that show the 11-pointed star, and then just above his heart is his family crest.
Oh, dude. It's kind of amazing. Respect.
And he goes, "Okay, what's the problem?" And he's looking directly at Vanati. He's not looking at anybody else. What is the problem?
Sir, this man
Just hitting you.
This man.
Assaulted a citizen of
he
You're not in the room. You can't give her his name.
Yeah.
I can though. I just fucking did.
I did.
He assaulted a citizen, and he threatened both me and a guard of the temple, as well as a harmless cleric.
I did no such thing. Roll deception against him.
He did. He did.
He didn't threaten them. He said, "Why aren't you doing your job?"
Yeah. Technically, he only threatened us because we were being threatening, and technically, he can be his slave all he wants. Oh shit! I rolled a 6.
Plus deception.
Plus deception is +2.
8.
So the captain just kind of waves it off and he goes, "What?" So he beat a citizen.
A boy.
Not just beat.
He beat a boy.
Not just beat though.
Nearly not.
That's what, but it's already said.
Yep.
Okay.
Beat a boy. What boy was this? And this is the moment where he goes, "My indentured servant," and pulls out the paper.
Really?
Somebody roll a D. Anything. Roll odd even. Who wants to do it?
I'll do it.
I have the result. I have the sides written down here.
D4 or D6?
D6.
Do it.
And they're fixed and they will not change.
Okay.
Which page you get
5.
that?
It's the boy's contract.
But what were the other papers
It was
then?
his permit to own contracts.
He doesn't have the permit.
We'll get to that. He puts it
You
down on the
choose one of
table.
them.
And he
Still
goes,
don't have the
this
permit.
is the contract that I purchased very illegally from one of the merchant ships last month. And he goes over it. He's like, "Do you have a permit to own contracts?" And he points at you and says, "This crazy one ate it on the way here."
And and Papreyka turns to Captain Stayn and goes, Captain, sir, you know me. You know I'm a little wild, but I don't think I could ever do such a thing like that. I mean, I'm a petty pickpocket and a little thief, but eating paper's a little weird for me, don't you think?
Roll deception.
9.
Plus 6?
Nice.
Oh.
The captain goes, Vanati, I thought I told you to keep an eye on her.
I did keep an eye on her.
Why do you think I'm chained up, sir? I asked her
She was
to...
in cuffs the entire time.
Roll deception.
God.
Katie's like on the inside. Oh crap. Oh, you can't lie.
Five! And
You
then
guys
I know
gotta
it's
stop
plus
lying.
2. I know.
The lawful good characters just gotta stop lying.
Yeah, y'all.
The captain goes,
But you didn't roll. You didn't roll to combat that.
that was a dice check.
There was
Yeah.
he had a number in mind.
It's close enough that he's gonna let it go. But he's like, I know how you operate. I know how you two operate, kind of thing. It's like,
You get
Well,
kind of.
It's a game
You
of cat
get
and
kind
mouse.
of weird around
he turns
Papreyka.
back to the blacksmith and goes, Sir, if you would accompany me to the main hall, we can look up your permit.
Can we jump to them now?
Yes.
Because this has been a while that
Yeah.
we've been doing
This is what I was literally just about to do that.
Perfect.
So
Time back.
as you guys
Trying to make him a little
enter
citizen.
as you guys enter the hall, it's kind of bustly. People are kind of doing preparations for the feast and whatnot. You see that some of the artisans are like building tables and getting ready because this is where the main the high class of the no, they're gonna eat out front too. But so they're like preparing tables, like high end tables for the high class side of the city.
Yeah.
And you see that the clerks are they're not really, there's no lines, right? But they're busy doing paperwork and filing stuff. But there's one clerk who seems to be about ready to close down. But a grand total of 3 other clerks are open, and that guy. So there's 4 clerks total. 3 look very busy, 1 looks like he's packing up for the day.
I'm gonna go over to the guy who's just packing up, and I'm going to say, sir, I'm very sorry to trouble you, but we actually need papers for what's your name, boy?
I'm Johnny.
Johnny. We need some papers for Johnny. He's misplaced his citizenship papers.
I'm gonna roll for that actually.
I need to roll too.
No, not that.
Oh,
Not
sure.
that. Something else for Johnny. Really quick.
For Johnny.
He goes, but I'm a.
Can I?
Yeah. Okay. No, don't roll anything. Just cover his mouth.
You see, my accomplice here, or my friend here,
At the word accomplice, the clerk's not
Slip
goes,
of the tongue.
my friend here is a noble from the far-off land attending this feast.
Yes, I'm actually an honored
It's
guest
honest.
at
It's-
this feast.
no, not that.
What?
This is the one time I'll do this. Johnny walked in back to his bedroom, back from Home Depot, just as I said the boy's name was Johnny.
I love you, baby boy.
All right, so my friend from a far-off land has taken kinsmanship to this boy, and due to the treatment of this citizen of our land, we must make adjustments to his paperwork in order to appease this visitor who is here for the feast.
Okay.
That was very well worded. Sorry, I don't mean to
it
butt
wasn't
in like
well
that. That was
No,
really
well
good.
There is one.
Sorry,
so
Nick.
it's actually going to be a deception roll because you called him a citizen.
The way I said it was, I was intentionally making it facetious, where he would know I'm lying.
Okay.
The
so
way I
then
said
roll persuasion then.
citizen.
Pretty high DC.
No.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that this game.
I'm gonna interject and say
It's a 7.
I've actually been invited by the
Captain.
no, the
You
dock,
guys aren't
the
in the
dock
room?
master.
The
Sorry.
warden.
I've been invited by the dockmaster himself. I'm a guest of honor at this, and I'd like for everything to go well. You see,
You've been invited by the Dockmaster.
yes, Johnny here's actually my guest of honor as well. So I'd like to get his paperwork done before the evening, so that we don't have to deal with this problem.
Well, I'd have to speak with the Dockmaster himself so I can get you your proper paperwork. He has the final say in all this.
All right. Well,
But as for the citizenship papers, we can get those ironed out fairly quickly. He turns to the boy. Who do you work for, son? And the guy goes,
he works for
Marlin Kaz,
me.
blacksmith.
No, but he cuts him off.
I said,
He spoke
roll to
over
cut him
him.
off.
Yeah, roll to cut him off.
He worked.
Okay.
He spoke over him.
19.
Yeah, speaks over him.
He works for me. He is my he's gonna be my liaison
Are
during my
you
time
a
here.
registered entity in the city?
Yes, well, actually, I'm not quite sure about that.
He had proper authorization and an invite to be in this town by
Yes.
the warden.
I'm here on a mission from my country, and the warden is being
The
very
warden is
gracious.
otherwise occupied currently with his current duties, and I have
Yeah,
been
that's very-
sent in his place to
Yes, he's
assist
my
with the city
Yeah.
navigation.
that thing.
Roll deception. Assisted.
Assisted?
Means advantage.
Can I roll for that too? Because we both can.
No, you.
No, I already did
you're
mine.
on roll.
12.
12? He kind of looks between you. He's like,
I'm gonna persuade one more time.
Look, I don't.
you have to say something else
Yes.
before I let you roll.
I don't. If your time is very valuable and you need to get out of here as quickly as possible, all I ask is just for a form. It'll get you out of your way quickly. I can take care of this with the warden myself.
Boy, do you have identification? Going to need
yeah.
your full name to find your citizenship paper.
You can look up Amano Jaku. Oh wait, that's for
No.
me, right? Yeah. Oh, for
No,
the
I need
boy.
the boy's
For the
citizenship
boy, yes, of course. What's your full name, boy?
I actually have something for this.
Johnny.
Because I don't
Johnny
have
But
one
Tsunami.
picked out.
Johnny
I,
Bahama.
I have a letter dice
From like
from
categories.
categories. I'm gonna roll and pick a last name that
sweet.
starts with that
Yes.
L.
Johnny L.
Actually, it's Johnny Lionsmane.
Oh my god, it's
dope.
Johnny's poopy hair. It's Johnny's poopy hair.
I thought you said poopy hair for a second.
Johnny Poopy Hair. Johnny
No,
Poopy Hair.
Johnny has like you know he has a big poopy.
So the guard goes. Chat's going on.
Just stop. Just go.
So
Like, read
he
it
goes. He scribbles it down on a little scrap piece of parchment. He goes, "It'll be a few minutes. Just stay here." And he
Thank you.
goes and he
Thank you.
disappears off into like an archive.
I know, I'm getting. I know what to do.
As he disappears, in the front door comes Captain Stayn and the blacksmith.
Cool. With us following close.
Are you following him?
Yes.
Okay.
We were, yeah. Making sure this is all going down.
I don't
And
know.
the blacksmith doesn't notice you guys.
Oh my.
Do we notice them now?
Roll perception.
So we should try and
Yeah.
divert it.
20! Sorry.
She can inform us too. Because I got
Give it a little
I got a
nudge.
10.
Apparently, I developed eyesight within the past 10 minutes.
No, you just noticed
I got a 10.
you
Your
noticed
eyes-
fellow city guard armor
I
from
do.
miles
I'm
away.
like, that I know.
Your eyes have been on your cheeks the entire time because they're still melted.
So
and
you see that Amano is like leaning in and like talking to Nemo.
and I just kind of like
And-
turn Nemo
and-
away so that
and the
no one
blacksmith
recognizes
is,
us.
and the boy is kind of looking nervous.
Okay, you.
I call out to Stain. Stain, wait. Can we talk for a moment?
No, you're following Stayn?
Yes.
Did you inform us
after he's
that
basically
that you saw them?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
And she rolled a 20 on this, so whatever
Quickly,
she's doing right now.
Vanati,
So-
what do you want?
Look, everything I said earlier, I know it may have not been 100% honest, but I need you to know that this man will cause trouble in the future. He's not a good man. He's a danger to the city.
Vanati,
To the city.
did you lie to me about this man?
I didn't lie about anything that he's done, but I will say this. If we let him off without any punishment for what he has done, not only will he do it again, but he will do something worse.
That's powerful.
Please, he's dangerous.
Roll persuasion.
I'm going.
No, don't use that die.
I noticed
Use
my
a different die.
persuasion.
I'm telling you right now.
Would you like
You've
to
been rolling-
use?
You've been rolling
Would you
bad
like to
with
use
that.
this precious die?
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was
No,
like,
it's fine.
you
But
rolled
this one
really
feels
low
good.
like 4 times.
20! Sorry.
Come on, ghost.
That was good.
And
I am very
So
glad
20
we
and then
lost.
plus 4, so 24.
Well, it's a nat 20, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He's very convincing.
He kind of
Good call, B.
I couldn't help myself. I just felt like that was gonna be bad.
The magical gemstone dice.
So let me get this straight. He says, whispering under his breath. He pulls you away from the
Yeah,
blacksmith
yeah.
for a minute. Let me get this straight. You want me, captain of the guard of Ship's Haven, to arrest a man for something that he has done illegally, and put him in prison for hitting his own indentured servant? It's look. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I dislike it as much as you do. But this is not the way to punish this.
Honestly, with a nat 20, I'm sorry.
He's convinced.
Yeah.
You
wants to
You've
arrest
also
him, but it's
stopped
the rule.
I
walking.
have to be clever.
It's like
I
we
get
have
that,
to
I
follow.
just-
We also have to
it was
follow the
a-
physics and the rules
Yeah.
of the world. So
Persuasion
if we
is
can't,
not. Is
It
I
has
know
its
it's not
bounds.
guaranteed. I understand
With
that. It
the
just
20,
felt
you
that-
have gained the stopping of walking, the consideration, and the truth of
Yes.
he does not like it as
so
well.
we can do
Basically,
our
what
thing.
I'm saying next is what's really going to matter, and I'm...
What
Thank you.
I can do.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What I can do is issue a warning. If he gets 3, his permit to own indentured servants will be revoked. But you have to promise me no more lying about this stuff.
I won't lie again.
Vanati, you are my best guard. And if
I know.
And if you really
Sorry.
I'm dying!
Okay.
Ooh, that was so in character, though.
And you say that, and he kind of smiles a little bit and goes,
I know.
I am months away from a promotion. They want to send me to Straybridge to work directly alongside your father. I get to choose my replacement. If you lie to me again, I will have to choose someone else.
Yes, sir.
And he turns back to the man and he goes, Sir, I apologize for this inconvenience. You are free to go. However, this is a warning. If you are caught assaulting the citizens of my city again, I will revoke your permit to own indentured servants. And the man kind of huffs. Phew. And when he makes that sound, Johnny spins.
Okay, but we haven't been able to do our actions
Right.
yet.
Okay. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Johnny has now registered that the blacksmith is here.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, as soon as she told me that we were in the same room as them, I immediately walked over and used my tiny body as a half of a shield for this apparently ginormous child.
I wouldn't walk over.
I guess not me. It should not be me. You
No,
are right.
well,
I am in
it's like
manacles.
We're trying
you
to be
if any
sort
of
of
you walk
covert.
over, they will follow you to where you've gone.
Okay, can I look over?
Hi, Mr. President.
For those of you who on stream don't know what the hell we're talking about, just over Corbin's shoulder, that is a cat.
And his name.
Who is named Mr. President.
Yes.
And apparently can open doors.
And he can open doors.
And he can open that door. However, he's not supposed to be in here, so Cam, if you would mind.
Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
I know. But
I miss
I was told
you.
specifically by the owner that he's not supposed to be in here.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Oh, there goes Mr. President.
He's the main bad guy of the campaign.
You have no idea.
Go! Go!
We love you.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Unconditionally. I'm sorry.
You actually had to try to touch him in order for him to go out. He was like, but I want to stay here.
He was so
I don't want no
sad.
touchings, but I
I want
won't
to stay here.
Pardon the intrusion.
Anyway.
The whole chat was just like, Kitty!
Did
Oh,
you see him from the?
yeah.
Oh,
The
nice.
door is visible just over
Okay.
your right shoulder.
Okay,
That's
let's get back
Oh my
into
god,
it.
Alright.
okay.
Let's get back. into it.
I glare absolute daggers at the man.
Okay, well,
And he glares back.
alright.
What were you saying?
Okay.
I'm gonna ruin this man's life. No choice.
I look over at Nemo and I honestly forget. I forgot your name. What was it?
Oh,
Amano.
Amano.
Amano. I look over at Nemo and Amano and I go, no, I'm like, how's it going? Like,
Yeah, and he's going, great. And I'm like,
I'm doing a more of a, it's under control, stand
and
down.
I'm like telling you, like,
I'm looking at the blacksmith and I'm looking at Johnny and I'm like,
so has this guy come back from
well, okay, but
the
Orren
paper
hasn't had a
store,
chance.
Orren needs to act first.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
He gets a chance
Thinking
and then
what I
we'll
want to
move
do.
on.
take your time.
So at this point, while he's thinking, and Vanati, I need you to make an intimidation check.
Yes, sir. That is one thing I can do. So I got a +4. I rolled a 20.
3 in a row?
Yes! She's
That has to
shaking
be
some
some
B
sort
check
of
it.
thing.
girlfriend.
Oh yeah, no, it's a 20. I'm looking at it right now.
20.
Even on those
And then
dice that
plus
seem to
4.
hate you for a little bit.
That's insane.
It's called payback.
He's terrified of me. I'm a machine.
What's your character name again?
Vanati.
Venati.
Venati.
Remember.
She means
Remember.
He's not letting it
Venati,
on.
Venati.
But he's obviously like backing down. But he's not like showing his body, body language wise.
Yeah.
But you can see it in his eyes that he's like, I don't really want to fuck with this person anymore.
Yeah. Good move.
So do you have anything you want to do, Orren?
Can we heal the boy now?
No.
Or are we still
Apparently we still
Scarp
need
his face
it.
some more so that he doesn't get recognized.
Apparently, according to the boy, we still need it.
It's if it comes down to a court case.
But it's not going to, because you guys too much of a pussy to put me in jail.
He cares too much about
I didn't say, I said that out of character,
I know.
obviously not in the voice.
I know, but like, he's,
No, actually, that
he's
was-
literally
seemed like-
just doing his job.
Yes,
I understand.
Out of all of them,
But
Spain is like the
We have
homie.
his best guard has told him that this man assaulted a child, and
That
he's
he owns.
Yeah.
I feel right
In
now
fact,
the
that's
laws,
okay.
the laws are
Play low,
very
so I'm
different.
Not gonna do anything.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
And
yeah.
he's also kind of showing me a lesson of like, look, you can't just like arrest whoever you want because you don't like them.
Though it is morally wrong,
But
It's
though it
also
is morally
showing us
wrong,
the world we live in.
yeah,
as well.
the
Yeah.
greater good is more important.
Yep.
Yes.
for greater good. This boy's gonna die.
Okay.
I am the
So he has
greatest
chosen not to act.
You
Okay.
better go.
So what we're going to do is, as the gentleman behind the counter returns, he's got a file, and he puts it down on the desk in front of him. There's like a it's like a cashier's grate, but there's like a big brass grate that's up in front. He kind of sighs and he goes, "I'm supposed to be off an hour." Under his breath, he starts flipping through it. Lion's Gate, Lionel, Lion's Bane, and there's like a long list of like Lion's Bane. He's like,
I think I see it right. Take a gold piece.
I think that's the name.
my
you're
God.
Roll
looking for.
persuasion
Oh,
at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
More than one. Oh my god.
I mean, he's doing
What
something very
disadvantage? Okay, that was 3.
Don't roll a 1. Okay,
14, so 3.
3 plus
So 3 plus 5, I think, because it's
illegal. Just try again with more gold.
Yeah, just keep going.
persuasion.
He's like,
You're right.
Another one.
You've been here for a very long time.
What?
he stops your hand as you put the second gold down and pushes it back toward you. Sir, I'm a government official.
Yeah, I kind of I push them back and I'm like,
What did I tell you?
No,
You're the one that asked if he had money.
No.
I was
tried to
jokingly,
employ that.
yeah.
That was that
Wait,
time.
here we go.
Put the gold back in.
I was just kidding.
It was a test.
B. I figured, what's Johnny's middle name?
IRL?
Yeah.
Anthony.
John Anthony Lionsmane. That's you. And he nods. It says here you have a ongoing contract with Kaz Marlin blacksmith.
so
He looks at you and like you guys, and he
Look at this ball. Look at his
so we are fully aware of this contract, sir. The thing is, we have come to inquire about the level of indentured this man may be. All indentured servants do have a way out. We are just looking for the monetary value of that escape.
roll a d12 first.
I mean, yeah, that's how we have to do it. Otherwise, he's
12.
just gonna go back.
He's got 12 years left on his
will
contract.
suck it.
Oh, you got excited.
Yikes.
So he has 12 years left on his contract. As for the monetary negotiation,
Yeah.
you would have to converse with the owner of the contract.
Ew, yucky, yucky,
We have to
yucky.
kill him.
Oh my
Yikes.
god!
Only to protect a child.
Because
You're
It's
thinking
not
my
the-
alignment. You guys are lawful.
Yeah.
There's a
monetary
reason why
number is not
I'm like
written
this
in
in
the
this case
contract.
specifically.
it is a case-by-case, value-based basis. So it's going to be hard for me to tell you how much it's going to be. It's a negotiation process with the owner of the contract.
I see.
Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do here today.
Do you by chance have a copy of the paperwork that is held for this man?
He like flips through the file. I only have the masters. Unfortunately, I cannot copy without the express written permission of the holder of the contract.
Okay. May I borrow them? We are doing an open investigation on this case, and we are looking to possibly solve this with the owner. We are currently in talks with him about it, and we'd like.
You'll need a seal from Captain Stayn.
Mr. President.
He's back.
Scolding him.
Nosferatu. too.
No.
Our gnome is wrangling the cat. No big baby.
I'm gonna go open the door, Mark.
No big baby.
I don't have telepathy. Would there be a hand signal in the guard for calling the captain?
Good point.
It would generally.
He jumps up and pulls the
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Can you
amazing.
maybe put something against the door?
That's a fire
Possibly.
hazard.
Yeah.
That's a fire hazard.
So
It's okay,
yeah.
we'll just deal with it.
Would there be a hand signal to call
it's probably gonna
the
overshadow.
superior?
It would be a whistle.
A whistle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because
I
you're a
wanna get
guard,
it
you
on
have it
video.
around your neck.
Okay. I'm going to
It's like a penny whistle.
lightly blow mine.
Wait,
Okay.
what does it do? What are we
It calls
It's
the
basically-
superior officer.
Yeah. It's like a call for assistance.
Isn't he like in the room though?
He is.
Yeah.
So he'll hear it.
So you blow the whistle
Softly.
softly, and so
I'm so well
As-
trained. I'm like,
As to not call attention to it, but someone who is trained in knowing what it is would understand what it means.
right. Okay, so Stayn kind of perks up, turns around, and when he turns around, the blacksmith goes and looks back as well,
God damn it.
and instantly locks eyes with Johnny.
Johnny, no.
And you can see anybody who's next to the blacksmith, and even to an extent you two, can see the color start to rise in his face.
Like a cartoon.
He's getting
like
pissed.
red.
We're trying to steal this slave
All right.
from
Seeing how they both notice, I stand at attention and ask the commanding officer Stayn to make way over here.
My boy's still very injured. Probably still bleeding.
He's not going to try
As
anything in the...
Stayn nods, and the blacksmith taps him on the shoulder. He points at Johnny. Says, "That's my servant."
Can I make a comment?
To me. Sure.
I'm sorry. That's your servant? You mean the child that's practically a bloody pope?
And it's obvious that Stayn is conflicted about this, but he is captain of the guard, has to follow the law.
I know, but I just wanted to make a comment.
And he motions for Johnny to come forward. And Johnny kind of slinks forward.
But I was calling him over to us.
Yes, Stayn. No, the blacksmith called.
Oh,
and Stayn is coming to you.
Got it.
Okay. As he passes
Please
through,
stay
I
with
just
the
put a
boy.
hand on his shoulder, and it's okay.
I'm still standing next to the
So a
blacksmith.
little bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still kind of standing
In my,
behind
can I
by the
just
door.
turn manacles to you? And I just clank them.
So Stayn comes up. Yes.
I am opening a investigation into these allegations that you have been made aware of. I've seen the actions, and they are morally incorrect on the part of our citizen.
And he holds up a hand, and he goes, "I'm aware. However, I was given false information by one of my top guards,
Yes.
which has already shattered faith in this investigation. Therefore, I am calling it off. We are to leave this matter alone until another issue arises. Do I make myself clear?"
Crystal.
just behind you, just a fuming tiefling.
But I'm also polite. Crystal clear.
I understand where you're coming from, but in order to maintain international relations,
No, not bite.
I recommend you reconsider letting me investigate.
Roll persuasion. It's a high DC.
17 plus my persuasion of 5.
Can I assist?
I
So
just
you're not
rolled
next to him.
27.
At this point, honestly, you're the
If
one who lied to
anything,
him,
or
it's probably
your
not.
involvement would cause
Yeah.
disadvantage.
No, that's how I was gonna assist. Is say I'm not gonna be involved.
23.
23.
That was literally. It's like
Good job. Touch it.
He kind of puts his face in his hands and he goes, "Look, I can open an investigation when the Festival of Plenty is over. But we're already stretched thin. You know that. Our guard has to be all over the city. We haven't been able to hire anybody.
Are you
in
willing to
months."
have blood on your hands?
Jesus Christ!
We're all
No.
convicted.
So
No,
you
no,
say
no,
that?
this guy's
Do you
doing-
say it loud enough for me
No,
to
no.
hear?
Actually, okay,
I'm
I
talking.
say,
It's a personal conversation.
Yeah.
It depends on how close you are
Can
and how
I
much
roll
you're listening.
perception? Because I'd like to make a comment.
You're far away.
It's a high DC.
I'm trying.
You'd also have to shout across this hall.
I will.
You think it's a
You think
screaming
she
no,
wouldn't?
Okay.
19.
She rolled a 19,
You hear
dude.
And you say, do you want blood on your hands? And I say, because today I've had this child's blood on mine.
And he kind
are
of,
you saying that you're...
"There's nothing I can do
There is something.
right now. I'm telling you, when this festival, we have 3 days.
I know.
At the end of the festival, I will sign any paper you need. But today is not the time. Nemo, I'm asking you to trust me on this. Because of the contamination of eyewitness statements, we need to catch him again. Because
Fucking kid is gonna hurt all over you. That's my bullshit.
Look, I don't like it.
I'll heal it.
Don't hurt.
Yeah. But he's tough.
I don't like it. And I want to see him go down as much as you do. He's been a thorn in our side as far as he has been the biggest advocate for indentured servitude contracts in the city. And he's one of the last ones that own them. We're so close to eliminating slavery from our city. Wow. I am right there with you, but now is not the time. I need you to trust me.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. There was a long enough of a pause. I just figured. I want to ask a question. I'm not trying to jump in. I just want to ask a question about the situation. I'm still standing next to the blacksmith, right?
Yes.
Near him and Johnny. That's all I wanted to know.
Johnny has made his way to the
Yes,
blacksmith, now standing behind him in a very submissive stance.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I'm not trying to do anything right now. I just wanted to make sure I was still there.
The internal monologue I'm having is he has 2 hours to live, at most. He is going to go back to the blacksmith shop and get beaten to death.
That would be another offense.
So we can do something.
So I'm thinking I accept it and I ask for a leave of absence to watch this man and intervene as he throws the
But
first
you're not
hit.
an actual city guard. You're just a temple guard. So you don't actually answer to this city guard person.
way,
You
but
answer to the temple people.
I put
You
my
can get
I put my
away
hand
with
on
more
your
than I
shoulder
could.
and I'm like, we'll get this taken care of. Like,
Yo,
By
we've
him.
literally got covert ops at the table.
wow, I can persuade this guy.
God.
Did not do any harsh,
You did
rash
intimidate him.
decisions
Yeah.
toward the boy.
He's still intimidated by me too.
So,
he knows I'm coming after his ass.
Stain
if
is
he
going to
touches that
pat you on
kid.
the shoulder and say, "Give me a moment." And he walks back over to the blacksmith. Anybody who's standing next to the blacksmith, roll perception.
5
16 plus
plus
2.
0 for me, so just 5.
Yeah, 18.
Plus 4, 17.
Okay. The DC was 17, so you hear it. He leans in real close, gets like inches from his ear, and goes, "If this boy is found dead within the next 72 hours, I will personally hang you from the spire of this tower." And he walks out the front door.
Nice.
I'm content.
Can I look up at the
the
blacksmith
The
and be
blacksmith
like,
just kind of, huh?
can I look up at the blacksmith and be like,
Cool, we don't need to do that.
Mm.
It's cool. Well, maybe.
you're a smart guy, right? You're gonna do what the captain says, right? Right?
We can use this.
Don't goad him.
Yeah, I was like,
he
don't
looks
back
down
on.
at you because I mean he's like two.
Oh
he's
yeah,
like two
I
feet
know.
tall.
I'm short.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's gonna swing.
Is he gonna swing at me?
He's gonna try to trip you.
I'm not moving.
Super light?
But just say 5. Wait, Dex.
Oh.
It is dex saving throw.
Saving throw. Dex 7.
He like
He just
he's ooh.
It's
it
not
lands right on your chest.
Wow, I really like the color. It's a nice accent.
I'm
Thanks,
shaking
buddy.
with rage at that.
And he turns, grabs Johnny by the collar, and drags him out of the front door.
Oh, dang it.
I want to yell.
What are you gonna say?
Watch it!
Um,
Straight up.
roll Constitution for how loud you're.
And then shouldn't it be intimidation
really
as
quiet.
well?
Possibly depends on how loud she is.
3. Plus
Constitution.
Constitution.
Third skill on the left.
Plus 2.
5.
So you're so mad that it kind of almost comes out as a squeak. So roll intimidation at disadvantage.
At a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
13. 13.
Roll 13.
Yes.
Plus?
Plus what?
Intimidation?
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Ooh,
17.
That squeak is the scariest squeak.
He's still terrified of me, regardless.
The one who's terrified of you in this moment is actually a passing half-elf attendant who drops the whole stack of papers she was carrying.
Sorry.
Wait, why didn't the guy get scared? Nat 20?
No, the
far
DC
away.
for scaring him is 18. And it has been since the first time.
And I
we
got
rolled.
17. Yeah.
Okay.
And he just kind of flips you off as he's walking out.
I'm gonna go help the attendant pick up the paperwork.
Okay.
I'm gonna go,
I'm trying to keep
I'm gonna-
zen now. I'm
I'm-
like, just doing all
I'm
my
gonna
exercises.
try to find something to wipe this
I feel like
putrid man's
I should
snot
go.
off of my chest.
This putrid man.
What was that?
Can I go try to speak to the blacksmith, or is he just too?
He literally has
He's gone.
walked out the
He's
front door.
gone. Okay, never mind.
I'm sure you can run after him.
I mean, how long do you think we have until?
Yeah, I was about to say maybe we should just carry on harassing this
I
guy.
will do it.
I want to.
It is a justice
But
thing.
this is
You guys
definitely.
did never make it to the farmer's market.
I
No,
know.
no.
Literally,
Yeah.
Corbin is starving
And
in
I
the
have,
corner with
and
the
I
promise
have,
of
I
food.
also
should've
have a
came.
thing that extends the time, but I'm pretty sure we missed out on that. I don't know.
I feel like
You
these.
might have another half hour if you can get there quickly.
Cool.
Which, by the way, is the
Guys.
last time we have remaining.
I know we've had a mentally scarring evening, but can we go sell my rice and sake? Rice grain and sake. We'll deal with this. We can even go by his house later and see if we can buy him with coin or something. I don't know. Like, we can try something. But right now we need to get this taken care of. I have things to do, and I even have to look for a party that I lost 6 months ago. If you guys want to help me out with that.
Don't see a reason for there being more than one loss today.
All right,
Sure.
So we all
lug the.
we
this-
all
We're gonna go ahead
run,
and skip the
but-
walking part.
we,
yes.
we lug the cargo to the farmer's market, and we're at the farmer's
It's
market.
already been shipped to
your
a proper
crew
place.
has been waiting there for hours
Oh
now.
my god.
With this giant
They're like
mound of
dehydrated and
goods.
sunburned.
They're just like, as you walk up, they're like, "Good to see you."
What you been up to?
Sorry, we got caught in a little kerfuffle. I'm going to not persuade them, but just, I guess, performance and tell the whole story of what happened and hope that they don't aren't super angry or
You're
insist.
awfully nice
on
to your
something.
servants.
Well,
I wonder
they're
if
not
that should
just
be
servants.
the
They're
norm.
his crew.
They're members of the Eastern Dynasty Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like I'm saying, look, guys, we ran into this thing. It was awful.
So roll performance to retell the story.
The story, 18.
What?
Good story.
Plus, wait,
Performance.
Performance 3. So
21. You spin this tale of intrigue and backstabbing and the fact that
Moral compass.
the blacksmith has a paper that allows him to say fuck morality and all
yeah,
this
it's
stuff.
like
and the whole
No
crew,
sense of
most of the crew is kind of interested, but then there's that one guy who's just like, come on, can we just sell this shit?
yeah,
With a
yeah. let's-
21.
One guy out of 30.
That man is right. Let's sell this stuff.
Okay, so just for the sake of brevity, you're gonna walk away with
Yeah.
about 3,000 extra gold for the ship.
Put it next.
So do I have I have an extra 1,000 just put off, but I have 22 of my own gold because I had 25.
Right. So in the ship's coffers,
Yes.
you had 1,000.
So-
You have 3,000 more, and it's being transported by your crew back to the ship.
Yeah.
So 4,000 in your ship,
So,
22 in your
1,000.
inventory.
In
This
shit.
man's weighed down by how much gold he's just carrying around at this point.
Yeah.
It's split into a bunch of
And,
chests
and then
carried by
plus-
both of them.
No,
so
I'm talking about the
so
stuff
I've added
he
an
has
extra.
on his own person.
So I've added an
Oh,
extra
the
2,000
20, yeah.
to the gold on the ship.
3,000.
3,000. So it's 4,000 now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now I accidentally rolled an 18. Where were you earlier?
So you guys have
Equals.
now pawned off your goods. You have made an enemy of one of the blacksmiths in the town.
Good.
Yes.
Have pushed Captain Stayn's patience to the limit.
Now it's time.
And now it's time for the feast.
Yes! The feast. All right, well, I take the 4,000 back.
Finally.
Is there any
feast
room for
we've
me
been
getting
waiting
any
for.
of the gold
You're
out of that
starving at this
1,000? Like, can I take some because I'm
Technically,
like...
it belongs to the Navy.
I know. I keep
Okay.
turning one out.
So never mind.
So you'd have to
Keep
go through the
forgetting.
captain and ask for a
You
loan.
never really can remember.
Okay,
You
then
just
never
do
mind.
it.
I don't...
Do it.
22 gold pieces is fine.
A loan would also, if your family would have to pay for the loan, and which make you indebted to them.
Exactly.
Think about it in
kinda
terms
don't
of our money, right?
Yeah.
A gold piece is a $100 bill.
Yeah, so I've got...
So you've got $2,200.
$2,200.
Yeah.
If you guys would rather speak in those kind of terms, you
Yes,
can.
please.
So a copper is $1.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
silver is a $10 bill.
$10
And a
and then
gold is a $100 bill.
In game, we'll talk about gold, but out of game, if we need context, we can talk about it that way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I definitely get the gold thing. It's like it's 100. I was just thinking, I'm like, well, if I can get like,
Have you
let's
resummoned
say if
ornaments?
there's a
Oh yeah, if it's
Payment
been an
thing.
hour.
Yeah,
So
I'd
resummoned,
be-
I
On the
think
walk back,
we should
I
clean
also
up because
resummoned.
we're just in military gear.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
I think it's time for us to get changed.
we're
We're
getting
on my
changed
ninth
into.
I've been in hot, heavy armor all day.
Yeah.
am I allowed
Like,
to
disgusting.
pay my workers out of that sum?
They're
I guess
paid
you're right,
They're,
yeah,
they're
for
paid
the
on
Navy.
salary by the military.
Except
Okay.
for her. He's through the church. He gets his.
Oh, that
I
reminds
get a
me.
living.
So before the ceremony starts, you receive a pouch of five gold pieces.
For my fish for the day.
And then 1 gold for temple guard. You receive 2 gold for city guard, Vanati. You receive 5 silver for your clerical work.
Nice.
You haven't really done anything.
I received
I know.
4 gold from your pouch.
That's true. She did.
You did.
I made money today.
She did make money actually.
She made $400.
I
Cha-ching.
I look at you and I go, 4 gold, money well earned. So you don't need any more.
Well, you
I
don't know
feel
that
like I
took
pat
it.
you on the
You
head
never
like,
noticed
You
it.
know-
She took
you
oh, I
it.
never
that I
noticed
took
it.
You noticed
That's
that it was
right.
gone.
You noticed
didn't
two
notice
right.
coins were gone.
But I'm never
Oh, I noticed
announcing
two
how much money I
coins
have.
back.
Back from
got
the
2
thing, so you're
coins.
like,
Yeah, you don't know that I took it. You don't know how much I had before. You don't know how much I have now.
That's
Like,
true. I just thought it would
So,
have been funny. Like,
it was-
I'm
It
like,
would have been
all
funny in the
right,
context,
yeah.
but
You have all been invited to sit at Stayn's table.
even me.
Even you.
Oh my.
I'm like
Um,
very relieved
also-
that I'm not too much in the doghouse.
yeah.
Too much.
Also,
Yeah.
he is trusting you, and he removes some manacles.
Oh, she removed the manacles as soon as we stepped into the same room. As soon as we kind of regrouped in the same room.
So he goes to remove them, and then they're
No, I
removed.
held my manacles
Oh,
up to her. I literally did the action, and she did the action of
Okay.
undoing them.
What I was going to say is that if you were manacled as you came to the table, he would have unmanacled you.
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
like, I mean, I could eat dinner like this, but
I've done it before.
yeah, I just prefer not to.
So, this feast takes place in the town square
Here?
at the very beginning, and tables line the streets going down, almost all the way to the residential district, because everybody comes out for this feast.
I'm also dressed in like really nice, like very appropriate town garb. Like I went, I popped out and went shopping for 30 minutes and I got everything.
Roll a
Oh.
d6.
Oh, D6?
I'm wearing the exact same clothes because I don't have any
5.
other clothes.
You spent 5 gold on new clothes,
Okay.
$500.
which means you went to the front shops and bought the finest things you could find.
The trendiest.
So you're wearing.
Yes.
What color do you want it to be?
Trendy.
trendy.
I wanted
This
to
was
be
his
colored
color
part of his
trendy.
flaw.
Yeah.
He has to follow the trends.
Yes. It's a part of my flaw that I just, I take great pains to always look my best and follow the latest fashions. It's blue, but it kind of, it's got a little bit of, a purple sheen to it, it's like silk, but it's woven in, and so it accents really well with my skin.
Okay. So it's like a royal blue.
Yes,
kind of?
like a royal blue with yes.
Ooh, like a
purple
royal blue with a
undertone.
purple pinstripe.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you still in your vestments?
Oh yeah, I've changed into fresh ones.
As you return, Stayn lends you his old tabard, so you don't have a big Shoe stain.
I
I
chuckle
feel like
about
we've
it.
changed out of our patrol into our ceremonial.
Perfect.
So you'd still be wearing your tabards.
Yeah,
yours
exactly.
of the temple and yours of the city watch.
And I didn't change it out. I don't have new clothes.
He lends you his. And as everybody's sitting down, there's these mountains of food on these tables. Roast birds of all sizes: turkey, chicken, game hens, duck. There's pork. There's beef. There's all kinds of lamb and everything from the surrounding areas, accompanied by all kinds of sides: mashed potatoes, sliced potatoes, greens.
I thought you were gonna say potatoes again, and I was gonna be like, "Wow, that's fucking variety."
Perfect.
Potatoes.
It's my kind of meal right there.
And then in the fish market section of the feast, you actually see a table of men that wear the same, that are from a ship. What did you call your boat? You don't have a name now, it's fine, we can work it out later.
The Finding Nemo.
The finding.
That's okay.
Castaway?
We can figure it out
We
later.
can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later.
Okay. From this fishing boat that he runs in his mornings, he doesn't sleep a lot. They have this whole big smorgasbord of various fish they have caught over the last week that they salted and preserved. But their pride and joy, the one that's on the big plate, is a swordfish. 8.5 feet long, fatty, and grilled to perfection.
So Papreyka, upon seeing this, gags. The only food she will ever hate is fish. And
I walk over to my men and give them a.
There's a lot of like slapping of forearms and.
Sounds like a bunch of fish hitting the deck.
I look upon the swordfish, give someone a pat on the back, like, we did good.
Ass slaps.
and then
all around.
Papreyka just kind of walks by and is like,
Nice catch, Percy.
Nice catch, Percy.
So, as you all settle down to eat, the harbor master, the old turtle, Bequat, he kind of shuffles out. He's very slow.
I feel like I vibe with this guy.
He shuffles out. He's got a long staff, and it's got the head of a kraken engraved on the head.
Hell
on the
yeah,
top.
my dude.
And he kind of comes out. He's walking very dignified. He's in his dress like blues. Right. He comes out, and he stands in front of the crowd, who all turn to face him.
And then he dies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Roll
Can
for
she
age.
roll for
Roll for initiative.
Where's the...
assassination?
Taking the initiative.
Okay, sorry. That just came out real quick.
Okay.
People are clamoring and chattering, and but when he slams the staff down. Who here knows the thaumaturgy spell? Just you two?
Those two, yeah.
Both of you recognize it. You just, and it makes a loud, almost thunderous noise. And everybody kind of turns to face him, and he Welcome, Ship's Haven, to the Feast of Plenty. We gather here to honor Our Lady of Dignity and feast in her honor. He puts his arms down. To open the ceremony, I have asked our very own Captain of the Guard to sing Ship's Haven's fight song from the days of old. Captain Stayn, if you please.
I love this.
I just need to write down really quick that
know all the
Watt
words.
speaks like the priest
Yeah,
from
you're
Monty
like,
Python.
Yes, of course.
Wait.
Did you say fight
Y'all
song?
weird
Would
shit,
you have told us about hearing? Would you have told us about hearing Stayn sing earlier?
I feel like no, there just wasn't time, and then it kind of got brushed to the side.
We forgot.
But it's burned into my brain. The sound.
Yeah.
Not like it was bad or anything. It's just kind of been like embedded within me.
Do you think your characters would have brought it up?
What?
Stayn singing.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's just a...
I'm a fan. Like
You're used to it, so you don't bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm just
How
a
often
little
is this?
traumatized, but also in awe, so I don't bring it up.
But like Stayn singing.
Oh, he wasn't captain of the guard last year. It was the previous captain of the guard last year. Every year, the captain of the guard sings the fight songs.
I
Alright.
see.
So he gets up there, and he says, "Thank you, thank you. Those of you who know may sing along." And he launches into this
Ready to sing.
5-minute long opera version of the fight song. Usually it's done as like a chant, like a military style chant, but he's made it into his own operatic style.
I'm crying.
Oh, me too.
I'm crying.
We're both just...
weeping and saluting. And we are like singing the words in our head because we know them all.
No, we're belting with him.
Oh, yeah.
Papreyka is just thoroughly confused, being from out of town. This being her very first town
bad?
out of
We still love it.
out of the forest.
I still love him.
And she's just like, she kind of leans over as like full salute, like, and she's just like,
Gods bless our righteous town and keep us safe from harm. And this goes on for 5 minutes.
I'm just
never
like
mind.
the entire time I'm just like,
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Nothing. I'm good.
No, you were saying something. I
It
apologize.
doesn't matter. It's fine.
And as he finishes singing, there seems to be another noise happening. Everybody roll perception.
Death.
5. I'm back to having no eyes. again.
5.
7.
16.
So 6.
Wait,
Because
my
I think I
dice
had
say 13 now.
-1.
I rolled a 5 though. I'm tripping. Oh my, no.
Just roll it again.
8.
Total.
That's fine.
That's still fine. Doesn't matter.
8 plus what?
8 plus
16.
nothing
Oh,
Wait.
for me.
Oh, I got
Something like
5.
I got 3 plus 2.
13.
Amano.
6. I got 6. I mean, I got 7, but then
So
-1.
you're the only
so
one who
6.
beat a 15?
Yeah.
Okay. So you notice it first. As the song dies down, because a lot of the crowd was singing along. It wasn't just you guys. A lot of the crowd who's lived here for a while, all the city guards and all of them were singing along. As the song dies down, everybody's clapping. The clapping dies down, and it's replaced by screaming. From off.
We're just like,
So you see on the map, not the fisherman's side, but the opposite side. It's coming from that side of the boardwalk.
And
we're
we're like.
sorry, who
We're
was the first
here.
one here?
Or were you?
Me.
Nemo. is.
Nemo.
You are dead in the center, right up close to the Harbor Master Hall.
Okay.
Where would we have stashed our armaments?
You guys are still in your armor, aren't you?
I was wearing ceremonial robes.
Okay,
Or,
so you,
like,
you doffed your armor.
Yeah, I think I should still be wearing my garb.
Would we
I'm
have?
still fully. Yeah.
I think you could definitely change out of your clothes because you're temple guard.
I would have changed out into more of a ceremonial uniform.
Okay.
So I guess I would have stashed it somewhere nearby. So you said the quarters were over here, right?
Yes. Though you don't necessarily, unless you ask permission, have access to those because you're not a city guard.
Then I guess I would have just
Temple.
stashed them at the table. There's
Okay.
a chainmail
Yeah.
shirt.
It would make sense for you to put them underneath your fisherman's table.
Got it. Okay.
So
Cool.
you're gonna run over there first.
I'm gonna run over to the swordfish. I'm
Okay.
going to.
Are you going to tell anybody else?
Well,
I'm
do I
going
start to hear
to
it now?
shout to
I
Ven
wasn't-
and be like,
Yeah, it'll once he takes off for the armor, you notice it.
Then just fucking.
and I just know immediately. I'm like, yep, got it.
Now you all notice it. Now that he's pointed it out to everybody, there's screaming coming down the boardwalk, and people are starting to push and shove toward the city center.
Like,
So they're running from something.
Yes.
We should be on our way that way.
Yeah.
and I'm all like,
So I'm
We've
running.
we've drawn our swords and we're
yeah,
going.
shield drawn, sword out.
The crowd is parting in front of you. There's no
No
resistance.
resistance.
Just stand aside.
Who else is going with them?
Yeah,
Me,
I'll follow
obviously.
behind.
I
And
was
if they're
caught a
running,
little
I
off
don't know how
guard,
fast
thinking
I
I
can
was going
keep
to have a
up.
relaxing evening, but now...
So you're trailing back.
Quick.
So I'm trailing back,
The
but I'm
question
coming.
is, do you have your bow or swords? Roll a d10 for your bow first.
Okay.
D10 is the
This one?
middle.
No.
Yeah.
This one. Okay. 2.
You do not have your bow.
No.
Roll a d10 for your swords.
0.
That's a
Oh,
10.
that's a 10.
Oh, it's a
You
10.
have your scimitar, your glide out.
That's nice.
Because they were fashionable and they went with what I was
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have
Also,
very
I do
ornate scabbard.
remember you saying that he had
It
them
says
earlier.
it says I have a scimitar and a hand axe, but that's
The scimitar
it's
is
two
just
scimitars.
because. Yes. Okay.
And the hand axe was just I
An axe.
picked something from
I
list.
think I remember you picking something, but it's just the same as the scimitar, so I might as well just consider
Yeah.
it scimitar. So I have both my scimitar. I don't have my longbow.
Okay.
That's okay.
He's the only one I was concerned about because you guys carry them. You
Oh, yeah.
do you have your glaive with you? Have you had your glaive?
Perpetually. Remember, it's an heirloom to me.
big
Right,
ass
okay.
stick.
I never.
Okay.
We like sleep with our
Yes.
weapons.
I
Oh,
never.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I do
There's
too.
something
yeah.
off your belt.
That
We are the
my-
last
I'm in
line of
full
defense for our
because
city.
they're
My talisman
for my ceremony.
between my
Right.
horns and my staff are
It's very ornate base.
Consistently with you.
yeah. Well, they're
It's a full
they're-
outfit,
heirlooms.
and I
Yeah, they're
constantly-
heirlooms.
Okay, so I grabbed my shit. I caught up to her, and we're just full sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We're
on my
booking
way
it.
with my 25 back speed.
I'm on my way with my little baby 30 speed.
I feel like 30 is normal. I just have a little.
So,
leg.
like I said, the crowd is parting in front of you,
Just pick it up.
and as you reach the other side of the circle, on that pier, you see what
Here?
everybody's the
Here.
the pier, the one that's at the front. That one. Yeah.
This one?
The one that Cam is pointing at.
So
Cam is pointing at
Cam.
not Corbin.
so people are running down here.
Yeah, they're running
Okay.
away from that pier.
Okay.
And you see what people are running from. It is a swarm of goblins.
Pirates.
Goblins.
Pirate goblins.
Do we have time to enter?
I was
combat
actually
now?
let's finish this up. So, what do you guys want
Yeah.
to do?
Oh, let's roll for initiative. I'm ready to kick some ass.
If you guys want to fight, this is where we're going to stop for tonight.
I do want to.
I'm going to
I
defend.
want to do a perception check first.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure.
I want to know why everybody's screaming. Like, yes, goblins, blah blah blah, but like, have they actually injured? And I'm scanning the crowd for injured people, buildings on fire, damaged property.
Roll perception.
I'm also going to be doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, for
I'm-
the injured
I'm-
people,
Sure, everybody go for it.
specifically.
I
We'll
guess.
just all
13.
roll perception.
17. Wow.
13.
14.
14. Oh, 13.
Everybody broke a 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they have injured people. There are people with stab wounds on their legs, some in their guts. There's already 2 people dead on the pier.
Jesus.
Okay,
All
I
right.
will.
And
I will.
one, as you watch, one throws a improvised. It's like a Molotov. They throw it. And can I see the map for 1 second? Oh yes. They throw a Molotov cocktail, and it explodes against the import-export building.
Big news.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do?
Or
I would
water.
stand
Yes, I
stand
can.
at the ready and have townsfolk help usher other townsfolk away from the. So trying to make help everyone evacuate.
Okay.
Precisely.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I pick up on
Yeah.
what he's doing and I start to help. Like
Get
he,
the townsfolk
he's
out
more
of the
frontal and I'm more
Can't
like
I dissipate water?
yes.
She can create and dissipate water.
You can create water.
So I want to put the fire out.
When did you get that ability?
Is it a racial ability?
I don't know. You were reading it to me earlier.
Yep.
Can I see that packet of spells?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
yours
this
yet.
paper.
I think
Create or
that's.
destroy
That's
water.
probably his spells.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
No!
I'm like,
Well, then you do it.
These are cleric spells.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are his
Oh my
spells.
God.
I knew it.
You
I
have
knew
my
I had
spell
them because
sheet.
I was like, why do I have
You-
like a bunch of paper?
You don't
do
get
it.
spells.
You should
Put out the
have.
water.
You should
Put out
have
the fire then.
3
Okay.
pages, Katie.
yeah.
Yeah, create or destroy
Katie.
water.
Yeah, I can create water.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, he can create or destroy
Oh, wait.
water.
You should have like
This
7.
This is all probably Corbin. Literally. I thought I was
Yeah.
a raging badass.
No, you
Like,
don't. You have,
whoa.
I have
Soon.
Soon.
Very soon. So you're gonna create water.
Yes.
All right.
I'll start creating
There we
water.
go. We'll just trade.
While you guys
Can
are
I read
helping.
the spell for a second?
Yes.
He took your thunder. It's no big deal.
It's fine.
I just
As long as the fire's out.
yeah. Somebody needed to do it. I keep thinking I hear Mr. President.
What open container do you want to put it in? Oh no! Falls in as a rain in a 30-foot cube within range. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I want it to rain over there.
Okay. So explain to me how you cast it, and also mark off your spell slot.
Oh yeah. There.
Even though, yeah. I was about to say long rest, and then I was like, no, that's just us.
Everyone's panicking, and we all just go. Long rest.
All right.
I must rest.
I'm
We rushed to the
I'm
front of
ready
battle
to
just to like all
Yes,
pass out.
I'm gonna get into position and do a little rain dance.
You gotta know
And
doing
start
this.
falling.
Make a little love.
Get
So,
down.
as he does,
Get down tonight.
Or like
clouds
the
begin to
Blue's
form around
Clues.
where he's
Rain dance.
where he's pointing, and a rain cloud just kind of plops itself over the building that's on fire and starts to rain. It douses a good majority of the flames, and it seems like it's just beginning to smolder and kind of die down. But as that happens, the goblins look up, they see the cloud, they look back down, and they see you doing the little dance, and they rush you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
I was standing right next to you, Leslie.
Oh,
Yay.
I'm already pretty much ready to action for them to charge me.
Yeah.
I'm
We're ready to like.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
go like Zuko mode and be like.
So, thank you, everybody, for joining us
Yes,
tonight.
sure.
Thank
On
you.
our first episode of Taking the Initiative. We hope you've enjoyed the time. Come back next week, 3 p.m., same time,
Same day.
same day,
Probably
Same
place.
people.
probably
Same,
same place.
Hopefully
probably
same place.
Same people.
And we will see you very soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.